Good morning everyone, happy Friday. How are we all doing? Welcome to today's stream. I hope you're all having a great start to your day, or great day if your day's already begun. But we're back again with the Deoxys hunt. We're trying to get it. Hope you're all doing good, ready to go and get some shiny alien soup today. So let's see how we get on. Jared, how we doing? Draconic Emperor, how are we? Riley, great to see you. James, Red, Petro, thank you all for joining. Joe, good morning to you. Mighty, Julian, Jack, Gentle, and Michael, how are we all today? I hope you're all having a great start to your day. And I am looking forward to today's stream. A little bit later than I thought we would get started, but we're here nonetheless, and we'll kick off in good style. Imagine if we get the shiny on the first one. I doubt it's going to happen, but you never know. It can never be won. Riley, today's the day. I hope you're right, my friend. I hope it is. Not the first one. But it's never going to be the first one. It's never going to be the first one. But I do like that we're getting through the resets a bit quicker now. Hey, mate, I hope you're well. I'm doing good this morning, mate. I hope you are as well, Jack. And great to see you. Thanks for hopping in and joining. This is going to be a rubbish Friday until I got this stream notification, Michael. You too kind. I thought the same until I came live as well. So me and you, great minds think alike. Got Totera using Haunter last night. Got 3 Herbert. Awesome to hear. I feel like the Haunter's a hard, a hard build to beat because it's just it just works, doesn't it? I'm pleased it was successful, and I hope if you farm for Herbert over this weekend, you have a lot more luck in getting those 3 or 4 drops even with it. I've been messing around with a Meganium build this morning from a Japanese player that I came across, and it's so frustrating because when it works, it's brilliant. You can basically in 4 turns solo it, but you've got to have so many things line up for you to be able to do it, and it's possible to do. It's just, are people willing to put the time in to kind of grind it out, the setup, and then get it going from there? But you only need basically the Torterra, the Meganium. You only need fake tears and frenzy plant. You need a specific EV spread as well, so you can like tank the attacks. You pretty much start off the raid by mirror herbing the boost that it gets from the shell smash, and then you fake tears twice. The only thing is the Arbolivia needs to hit an energy ball and get a special defense drop, and then it's -5, and then you need to go for an all-out attack cheer after those 2 fake tears. And as long as the raid timer isn't on 80%, or if your partnering Pokemon haven't got it down to 75% of its health, you're good to go with the frenzy plant. And then the frenzy plant will always pick up the 1-hit KO, which is pretty fun when it works. But like I say, you've got to have a lot of you got to get your ducks in a row for it to work. So it's one of those. It's fun, it works, it's very fast when it does work. It's faster than anything else. It's probably faster than doing it online with partnering players as well, to be honest, by the time you consider you're linking up with those players and then getting into the raid and all that. So it's definitely the fastest build, not the most consistent, but that's kind of what put me off making a video about it. But I've had a little bit of fun playing around with it this morning, getting excited for the shiny Rayquaza. Me too. I cannot wait for it. It's going to be a fun raid. I got a comment on yesterday's video actually about it when we did the announcement video, when it got officially confirmed by Pokemon. I can't remember the user who put the comment on, but it was a really smart comment, and I think, wow, it could lead to something else really fun. Basically what they were saying is, I think the Rayquaza raid is going to be like a setup raid where we go in. The Rayquaza is not going to be an easy 5-star, which I don't imagine it to be easy. But I do think what they said after that was going to be quite fun, where it's going to be, because they're making a big deal out of it, it's going to be very similar to all of the prep and the effort that they're putting in with the Mewtwo 7-star raid. And you have to catch this Rayquaza because there's going to be in the future a 7-star Terra Raid event for a Deoxys, and you take that Rayquaza and you get the Omni boost and you take on Deoxys with the Rayquaza, which would be super fitting, like if they ended up doing that, which would be amazing. But we'll have to wait and see, because they're doing a mythical a giveaway for Deoxys at the minute, so there is that, which would throw that into a little bit of dispute, I guess. But otherwise, I think it would be an amazing event. Sebas, thank you so much for becoming our latest member of the channel. The support cannot be understated. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy your time being part of the Squirtle Squad here with the gang on the channel. It's great to have you. And I hope you enjoy the stream with us today as well. Hopefully you get the shiny Deoxys today. TKN, Jin, thank you so much, mate. I hope we do as well. It'd be great to get it when you guys are here as well. It's definitely the first time Meganian has ever done anything. It is decent in Radical Red, but that's about it. I agree with you. Yeah, it's nice to see Meganium having a little bit of time in the sun. If it was slightly more consistent, I would do a video on it. I just feel like there's so much setup with it. And I think if we were at the very beginning of 7-star Terror Raid events, where everyone was a lot more hype about them and there was a lot more FOMO about every single one, and we were in that kind of period where Scarlet and Violet was like what everyone's playing all the time and new things are getting discovered and there's that excitement around the games, feels like it would be worth doing even then, even despite the lack of consistency. But now I just feel like people haven't got as much time for the game because we're coming to the back end of it, right? And people just want to get in, get out, get the job done, and then kind of do the other things, which is natural, right? Because I feel like most stuff in Scarlet and Violet's been done now, so that's one of the reasons. But Meganium, I gotta say, it was a lot of fun running it. And if you want the build specifics, I can drop them in the chat or link to the Japanese players video. It's all in Japanese though, so it's kind of hard to work out what they were doing. But like I say, when it works, it works. Ayo Geeks, great to see you. Farlen, how are we doing? For me, it was Charizard. My Sylveon ripped him apart in minutes. Also, Victini has advanced to the next round. That's cool. Victini's very cool as well. I like to hear that. No shiny Deoxys just yet on the stream, but we'll keep going. Sebas is me mighty. Sebas is mighty. Oh, okay, Sebas, you're confusing me. Like, you hit me with confusion this morning. I appreciate the membership though, my friend. Thank you so much. Great to have you, as always. I've Skeledirge and found some solar instructions. Nice. Skeledirge doing some work. It surprises me because Skeledirge, I feel like, would struggle against the ground type attacks that come out from the Torterra. But if it works, it works. That's all that matters. Let's hope for that to happen, Cisco. I really do. I mean, like, it's some comments that you get in videos, you think, it's so far-fetched. But that one was like, that would be so perfect. I think it would like resonate with the community so well. The lore between Rayquaza and Deoxys from previous games just feels like it would be such a really good thing to set up and keep that engagement with players as well with Scarlet and Violet, which they're hanging by a thread at the minute with things going on because, you know, we're so hungry for ZA and it's just around the corner and stuff like that. Imagine you defeat Rayquaza in the raid and a cutscene plays where Deoxys spawns and Ray teams up to defeat it. That would be wild. That would be, I mean, yeah. Give me that all day, every day. I'm all for it. Sebas is mighty. Recognize the Yoshi. You picked it up before me, mate. I did not. Gregor, still on the Deoxys train, yes. Still not appearing. We've even brought in a fire red copy that I've got to try and hunt it as well to see if that helps, but so far no shiny alien. But like I said last week when we kind of jumped back into this hunt, I have a funny feeling that it's going to be the fire red version that's going to spawn the yellow Deoxys and maybe not the leaf green, which would be, there's pluses and minuses, right? I'd prefer to have one in leaf green, if I'm honest. I want the English copy. Having a Japanese copy is kind of cool in its own right, but it's just the whole journey for this shiny hunt has been done on the leaf green. And really, when I'm saying that, I'm like, I should have just stuck with the leaf green and then added in another hunt to it. So we're doing like 2 birds with 1 stone, but at the same time, Deoxys is our goal, so we're gonna go for it either way. Any shiny Deoxys will be a good Deoxys. Valen doing great, that's great to hear. Shiny Hunter, how are you doing this morning? Hope you are well, great to see you, and thanks for hopping in and joining the stream. Shiny Deoxys today, I'm sure. Just hit 8k resets for shiny Raikou. It's gotta drop soon. Hitting that full odds, you've got to get it soon. I really hope that you do. Lucky shiny music is early today. Maybe it's a sign, Riley. Maybe. Like foreshadowing what's gonna happen today. Giving you shiny charm boost in spirit, Julian. I appreciate it, my friend. We will take it. I wonder how many shiny charms we would need to spawn shiny Deoxys today. Had fun in making Venomoth build and defeating 7 Snototera. That's cool. I like that. Venomoth is really, really low-key, understated Pokemon. It's very good for raids as well. I can't remember which one we did recently, and Venomoth was just an absolute beast in the raid. It was very good. I like it when some of these like underused older mons like perform super well because they've just got the right techs for the raid and they just absolutely shine, you know. So good. Heath, how are we doing today, mate? I hope you are well. I did the membership on this account because my problems with my credit card even have a hard tiny one, but still, mate, I appreciate the support so much. You come to the stream so often, and well, you're a regular, aren't you? So thank you so much for the support. It really does go a long way to help the channel and help provide content that we do and things like that. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I preferred to see the leaf green as well. It'd be perfect cap off the Nuzlocke save. I know, that's the thing, isn't it? Like, it's almost, I'd almost feel like if we get it in the fire red, do we just continue with the leaf green regardless, you know? Which kind of almost defeats the purpose of having the fire red. Although having 2 shiny Deoxys is always going to be better than having 1. But that has crossed my mind, Riley. This hunt is approaching 10 power levels of difficulty. Let's have today be the day. Good luck. Thank you, mate. I really appreciate it. The 10 power levels are off the scale for this hunt. I really didn't expect us to go this deep. I thought we'd get a lot luckier, we'll admit. But today might be the day. It might be the day. Petro, I'm still hunting Gen 1 shiny Mewtwo at 1k check so far. Petro, I hope you have some better luck than what we've had with this hunt and you manage to get it very, very soon. It's that specific. So are you going for the specific IV spread with the Mewtwo? How do you check that? Are you using the overlay tool that you can get with the GB operator where it doesn't show as a shiny, but it will then kind of give you the notification if that IV spread is hit when you get it? I'm curious. And Tone, thank you so much, my friend, for the super sticker this morning. I love that. Dancing, is that a dancing pear? Can't go wrong with a dancing pear on a Friday, but thank you so much for the support, Tone. Always appreciate it, my friend. Means the world. So thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the stream with us today. Might give us a little bit of shiny luck that we're looking for as well. Not too far away from double odds across both fire red and leaf green now. My math is correct. Yeah, we're getting close to it because probably hit that today, I think, with our resets between both games, at least anyway. I managed to get my hands on some OG Xbox controllers that are in good shape. I now have 4. The fellas are coming over tonight and we're having some OG Halo. Wow, that's cool, mate. That's going to be very, very, very cool. LAN party, Halo, pizza, beer and games. Sounds perfect, mate. I hope you have an absolutely banger night. I don't think it will be anything other than that though, so that's going to be good, mate. Tonight I'm going to have a chill night tonight. I think we're going to start watching the Jackal. That's like a series that's on. Everyone keeps telling us it's very good, so I think we're going to give in, just have an absolutely like do nothing evening, which would be nice because I've not really done that for a little while. Anyways, I'm changing the account. Okay, Mighty. So we'll call you, can I still call you Mighty? Is that going to be confusing? Be confusing to everyone else, but just us will know. I utilize the moveset Acid Spray, lower special defense, Giga Drain, Quiver Dance, and Pounce for the vent. I like the Pounce tech on it as well. That's very cool. And once you Terra, you've got like no worries at all. I guess a Smackdown could be a little bit problematic, but it sounds like it works. You're back under the other account. You're gonna keep me guessing all day today. Love it. I have a feeling we're gonna see the egg drop noodle soup alien in the next few minutes or so. Julian, I really hope you're right. But keep pushing for both. That Japanese stamp is going to hit different. Yeah, that is very true. Getting it in Fire Red in the Japanese copy as well is kind of nice. I really enjoyed the playthrough. As much as I kind of rushed the playthrough, or I felt like I rushed a lot of it in Fire Red just to get to the point of this stage in the game, I did enjoy playing through it again. I don't know if I'll ever get bored of playing through the Gen 1 games. But like I say, I've got some good hunts planned for when we get this Deoxys done. Of course, we're going to be going back to our shiny only hardcore Nuzlocke in hard gold that we've kind of got started. We're underway with that, so that's going to be exciting. It'd be nice to come back next week and be able to kind of jump straight into that one. But some other hunts that I do have planned as well for a video that I'm working on, I'm going to bring them to stream. So we'll be jumping into all sorts of other games. Pokemon Legends Arceus, Let's Go Pikachu Eevee. We'll be going back into Sword and Shield as well. So we've got a few things to get in all of those games, which is going to be very exciting. And hopefully we can do them on stream and it'll be good. It'll be good. I bet my first shiny I ever caught in Scarlet, which was Rookidee. That's a great shiny to get. It's long since it evolved into Corviknight. Such a great shiny as well. I love the gold. Shiny Corviknight's really nice as well. That like silver color. Such a strong Pokemon. Retro, I'm on my third 3DS Virtual Console, so I can catch it and can check the stats every time. Ah, nice. That's quite a good way of doing it. With the correct ones written down in front of me. I've gotten 4 out of 5 3 times. Oh mate, that is brutal. I can totally relate to that, because when I was going for my world's Zapdos that I needed for Hidden Power Flying, the IV spread for it was so specific, and every time I get so close to it, it'd be like one IV, like where it would just be off. It would just be odd instead of even. So like 5 out of the, you know, the 6 IVs that I needed were like spot on. Or would it be 4 out of 5? I can't remember, because I don't think the HP. No, the HP does matter, doesn't it, in Hidden Power? Yeah. So I'd be very close to getting it a lot of times, like you are with the Mewtwo. It's so frustrating. Just got to keep going, mate. It will come and you will get it. How good will that be though when you trade it from like Gen 1 to Gen 2 and you see in that trade that it's the shiny when it goes into like Gold, Silver and Crystal? That's going to be wild. I'm very excited for you. So after the Deoxys, does this mean Osirus will hunt Celebi on Crystal Virtual Console? I already got it, yeah, like Riley said. Yeah, it was really quick hunt. And it was like a side hunt that we had going on when I was doing the Mew giveaways, because we did the 8F Underflow glitch for Mew in the Virtual Console on Red, and then I duplicated them all, traded them up to Pokemon Home, and then we're doing giveaways for them. I still need to do like one final giveaway, and I'm gonna do a giveaway for the Deoxys. That was the whole idea of getting the shiny Deoxys as well. So from Leaf Green, I'll trade it into Emerald, and I'll duplicate it there, and then I'll do a giveaway for the Deoxys once we've got it. So I might do some of the Mews that I've got remaining there. Celebi was going to be the other one, because it's so easy to duplicate Pokemon in Pokemon Crystal, and they're all in Pokemon Home, but of course Celebi isn't in Scarlet and Violet, so that giveaway might be at a later date. It definitely will be at some point, maybe it's a year, but I'll sit on that. I've got some boxes full in Pokemon Home, so we're kind of already set up there with that. But yeah, the Celebi was really easy. I will let the cat out of the bag. The Pokemon that we need to hunt, I need to hunt for a video in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee is Mewtwo. So we will be doing the Mewtwo hunt. And it's weird as well, because I think that hunt I started in 2019 over on Twitch. It's a Twitch stream for a couple of weeks. And I cannot remember how many resets I did for the Mewtwo at the time, and the VOD's gone. Obviously Twitch don't keep them, so I have no idea how many resets I did, but I know it was probably over 1,000 resets for the Mewtwo. But I need to get it from that game, because I can't go into Dynamax Adventures for it, and I can't get it from the Ultra Wormholes. I have to keep it on the Switch, just for reasons I will reveal at the time, but I'll not go into now. So Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee is the game that we'll have to go into for Mewtwo. So that will be one of them from there, but there's some other Pokemon that I'll have to get, not legendaries, but other ones that I do need to pick up from that game as well. But other hunts, I'm trying to think what we've got. I've got the Mew from Emerald, so we've done that one. Yes, there's Manaphy, but I don't know if I have the I have the strength to do the Manaphy hunt on stream. We've got Arceus still to do in BDSP, so that's one there that we need to do. So are those duplicates completely legal? Well, they will be because of the well, they'll be exactly the same. I mean, they'll trade up through Pokemon Transporter and then into home, so they'll all be assigned a home ID when traded in. So they'll be a bit like the Mews. When I traded them from Red, like if you looked at the Mews that I did as a distribution, they all had different heights, weights, and they were all legal. It's just that gray area, right? You know, when you're looking at it, because I didn't use any external devices to duplicate the Mews. Just a glitch in the game, like the red, blue, and yellow box glitch to duplicate Pokemon. So technically, using a glitch to do it, and we're doing the same thing, you know, with duplicating Deoxys and Emerald as well. They'll be legal, and you wouldn't ever get flagged for them. But the method of doing it, some people will argue it's not the ethically sourced, and some people don't mind. But you know, I just feel like there's a bunch of you that probably would like to receive a Deoxys, a shiny one, if you haven't got the ability to hunt it in Fire Red Leaf Green, because you don't own one of those games. The prices of secondhand games is crazy now. So and those of you that have followed the journey as well from the start of the hardcore Nuzlocke that we did to this point to hunt the Deoxys, then it's a way for me to kind of just give you guys back a little bit. If you would like one, of course, you don't need to take it at any point, but legally like for it to go into home, there won't be any problems trading it into home, into your Scarlet and Violet, back into home. There's not going to be any legality issues there with it. It will appear as legal as, you know, as a normal one would be. You just got to realize, like, as long as you understand where and how we've got it, so many of them, you know, and it's through a glitch in Emerald. I'm yet to do it, of course, so you need to get to that point to do it, but yeah, basically duplicates are going to flag in Pokemon Home, isn't it? No, they won't, because they're all assigned a different home locator when they're traded in. So they're all traded in as individual Pokemon, and they get assigned the flag when they're kind of ported into home. So like I say, their weights and their heights will all be different, so they wouldn't ever be looked at exactly the same, although the IDs on the Pokemon would be exactly the same, the trainer ID and stuff like that. That's where the hiccups would come from. But yeah, I mean, if the thing is, if you feel comfortable taking one, then take one. If you don't feel comfortable taking one, there's no pressure there, and there's not anything like a cost to getting it off me. You don't need to send me anything. Send me a Magikarp for it, you know. There's not anything, you're not going to have to pay a fee to get it or anything like that. It's just a way of picking one up if you want one. I moved it from home and didn't know I could have done something. My boys asked me every day if you caught the shiny Deoxys hoping to get one. I call them. We'll make sure that everyone gets one as best I can, of course. I imagine there's probably going to be quite a few streams where we do that, but of course as well we will do member only streams. Make sure you guys, I did it for the Mew, make sure that those of you that did want one did manage to get one. Might have to recruit Bebam in again to get him to help with those as well. As long as you go through Pokemon Home, the game thinks they are legal. Yeah, exactly. And it's just the premise of where they've come from. I have had all my GBA games since they came out in the 90s. Dread, that's amazing. The full collection, I love it. Heath Boycott Lee. No unethically sourced Pokemon. 100k shiny Chen Pao. Now the real question, what ball are you planning to catch it in? Jim Uji, I am gonna cop out. I will try and get it in a Premier Ball. I think a Premier Ball would be great, but I am fully prepared with the Master Ball coming into this. So it's likely gonna be a Master Ball. There are probably better options. Like a standard Pokeball wouldn't be a bad one at all. I wish there was like a yellow, just a pure yellow, like the GS Ball would be perfect for shiny Deoxys, but unfortunately don't have that. But yeah, Have 2 of each bird legendary given to me from Blaines that can't go into home. I'm not really too sure on the cis bots and how they do it, because the problem with those cis bots is those Pokemon are generated, right? And I don't know how they're generated. Whereas you've got to think of like the Pokemon journey that I'll be taking them on from the Mew, like the Mew, for instance. Now that Mew individually was put into Pokemon Transporter, into Pokemon Bank. That was assigned weights, all those good things. Alican, thank you so much for becoming our latest member of the channel as well. I kind of understand how much the support goes to helping out with the content and just everything to do with the channel that you see. So thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy your time being part of the Squirtle Squad with the gang here as well. It's great to have you become a member of the channel. So yeah, it's assigned different things along the way, and then when it gets into home, it's assigned the home flag as well. So that individual Mew, each individual Mew is assigned that, and it's all done the proper way that like Pokemon have set it up to work. Like, whereas with a Sysbot, I don't even know how it's done, so I can't really comment too much. But I don't imagine it's done in a way where it's gone through the proper like funnels to get to where you need it to in game to be able to trade it. So that's where I think there might be issues with stuff you would get from trades like that. But like I say, I'm not an expert in it, so I'm not too sure, but that would be my best guess if I had to get a guess on anything, you know. But you end up with a bunch of shiny legendaries with identical PA. That is true, Gregor. Yeah. And that's where the problem could come into it. Like I say, it's not a clean way of doing it. The only way to do it 100% would be to, if it's going to give it away, would be to play the game, catch it, restart, play the game, and so on, you know. Premier Balls represent. I'm doing still silver run and catching all the legendaries and Premier Balls. That is epic. I love it. Premier Ball is probably one of my favorites as well. I do love it. It's just such a nice aesthetic ball as well, isn't it? Good luck though with getting those remaining legendaries that you need in the Premier Balls. Sounds like a very fun playthrough. Hunting a shiny Smoliv to use against Torterra. Raul, good luck with that shiny hunt. Shiny Smoliv is so cool as well. I only ever caught one shiny Smoliv, and I was visiting my parents. My brother was there, and he was talking about Obolivia, and I was like, I can catch you a shiny Obolivia, get you a shiny one if you want, because I was just showing him how it was very early on after Scarlet and Violet dropped. And I set up the sandwich and hunted. And it was about 3 or 4 sandwiches that I got through before we got the shiny olive, and then I traded it away to him. And I've never shiny hunt one since, and I'm like, I need to go and do that because it's such a nice shiny. But Raul, I hope you have a lot of luck with it, and have a nice easy time taking down Torterra with the build as well. Thank you for the content you produced, massively helpful. Ali, thank you for the support. Honestly, I cannot say how much the support really helps make everything tick on the channel. You guys just make everything possible, really. Rad Dad, how are we doing, my friend? I hope you're well, keeping good, having a good Friday. Hope you're coming in at a good time as well when this Deoxys is gonna finally show up. I think my message got lost, but Lee, if you back up your Emerald file with GBA operator, send me the save file. I can also help with distribution and dupes. Ah, Riley, thank you so much, mate. That is so kind of you, my friend. I will 100% take you up on that, because I think when it comes to the time of distributing, it's gonna be hard. And the thing is, I need to kind of get this hunt done soon as well before Bank, Transporter, everything closes. So it's going to be way more difficult doing this as a giveaway than it would have been with the Mew, because at least with the Mew it was just a straight into Transporter, into Bank, then into home from the virtual console. But this is a bit more legwork, because you've got to transport them from the Gen 3 games into Diamond and Pearl, and then I've got to put them into like Black and White, Black and White 2, and then from there we can put them into Pokemon Bank. So there's a lot more legwork with it, so it's going to be way more time consuming. So once we do get it, it's going to take a little while to be able to kind of get that stockpile in Pokemon Home to be able to do the giveaway, but it'll be worth it. I know what to expect going forward. It's not going to be the fun. I'm not looking forward to playing countless hours of those mini games of transferring into Pal Park. I'm going to catch them once again, and then the Black and White mini game where you're like, what is it? Is it even is it a crossbow that you've got, like, or a bow and arrow with the Pokeballs, and you got to kind of stun them and then you got to catch them? Don't know why they make it so complicated, but yeah. Shiny luck today, friends. Oh, best days for shiny hunts. Fridays are the best days for shiny hunts. I agree with you, David. How are you doing today, mate? I hope you're well. Me and Brewloom catch them all in a dream ball. Nice. That's such a good shout as well. 15-point fake kit resets is mad. Wild props for sticking with it. Thank you. I know it's crazy, isn't it? I do appreciate the support with it, but we got to do it. I feel like the more resets we're doing, in my mind, we're getting closer to it. So I feel like we're getting like edging towards it a little bit more with every reset, which is far from the truth, but you never know. Could be this one, could be the next one. Usually like putting Pokemon nicknames, real human names, like having my Nidoking Tom. Don't know why, it's just to think of Nidoking as a face of a guy from Tom. I like it. I like that logic. Thank you for the Emerald cloning glitch. I was able to send my Deoxys into Gen 4 and keep one of my Gen 3 games. That's super nice, Susie. I like the idea of doing that as well, because there's part of me that wants to kind of keep everything, especially after doing the Hardcore Nuzlocke on the Leaf Green copy. There is a part of me that wants to kind of keep everything that we did from this whole playthrough on the card. So it'd be nice to be able to do that. And then, you know, years time, we'll be able to look back and still kind of jump into these games and have all these Pokemon that we got through the game with, that we did all the shiny hunts with as well. The other option I did mention just now, that like I want to go into Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee for the Mewtwo hunt, to shiny hunt it there. The other option, and I don't know how good an option it would be or how wise it would be, but we could do the hunts at the same time and see which game won. Would be to hunt Mewtwo in Leaf Green, Fire Red, once we got the Deoxys, and also hunt it simultaneously in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. That would be the way to do it. Mongoose, good afternoon. How are you doing? Be streaming Monday? Yes, we will, Ton. We'll be back on Monday, and hopefully a good few days next week. Up until Thursday anyway, because I'm traveling to Stuttgart for the regionals next weekend. I didn't realize there was a US regional this weekend as well. Sacramento happening, kicking off tomorrow, which is crazy, especially straight after LAIC. It's like back to back weekends of regional events. And then I think there's a little break after Stuttgart for the UK, and then it's Birmingham in January, which I'm playing at, which will be very exciting. Has the snow melt? It has, mate. It didn't really lie too much, which was sad. It's quite a nice day here today. I'm hoping we get more snow. I'm a big fan of the snow, so it'd be nice to see it snow a little bit more. I kind of want to see like a blizzard style snowstorm, but it didn't quite get to that the other day. And I think it's going to get like warm next week, but we'll have to wait and see. Also, I feel my shiny luck is insane. Shiny Ho-Oh and Kyogre. What did we get? Let's see. I just missed that comment. Shiny, where is it? I've lost it. Okay, shiny Ho-Oh and Kyogre in my hot gold copy within a week of each other. Wow, that is crazy. That's so good though. I love to hear it. And Julian, thank you so much for the super sticker as well. Fist bump, my friend. I really appreciate it. The $2.99. Thank you so much again, my friend, for the support. Really, really appreciate it. Right, let's see. Deoxys coming in. Nice and orange. Not what we want to see. Can we all agree that Lee is the coolest Pokemon content creator right now? Gregor, I don't know about the coolest, but I appreciate the support, mate, and the kind words. I will take it. I'll take it for sure. I don't know if we put a poll out, the majority, you guys rock though, so thank you so much. Why can't you hunt in Sword and Shield? I mean, I could. It would just mean doing Dynamax adventure raids, and I kind of want to avoid them as much as possible. As much as lots of you like Dynamax adventure raids, I really am not the biggest fan of them. And I'm sorry. I just can't hide my feelings towards Dynamax adventures. I don't know what it is about them. But yeah. I guess as well, if you're doing like 2 hunts together like this, where they're pretty much the same thing, it's just a lot of button mashing where there's not really much thought going into it. Whereas Dynamax adventure raids, because especially if you're not doing it with players online, you've got to be thinking all the time, and then doing that alongside something else it always felt really clunky to me. And I don't know what it is about Dynamax adventure raids. I'm just not a huge fan. It's a great way to shiny hunt, like, don't get me wrong, like it really is. And it's, I don't know, when you get that shiny legendary as well at the end in the summary screen, just hits differently to other shiny hunts. But the thought of it ever going in and doing it, I'm just like, I don't know. But the thing is, I could hunt Mewtwo there because I've never hunt Mewtwo. I don't think I've caught it in either my Sword or my Shield games, so it is there to shiny hunt. I just feel like I want to do it in other games, which is nuts really when you think about it. With the shiny odds in that game, it's probably the best way to do it. And then Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, I would say just falls slightly, probably just alongside it is the best options. Whereas doing it in Leaf Green, it's very cool. I think you get the aesthetics from having it from this game is a little bit better, or from a Gen 1 game, I think, you know. Mewtwo Hunt and Let's Go wasn't too bad. It got it in less than 800 resets. I count that as very cool. I mean, if we come back in, we can do it in 800. That'd be super nice. Farm Terror Raids, Mighty, I hope you have a lot of luck with them for Herba Mystica, just because I want shiny Sableye. Seriously, Sableye has such bad stats, but its typing and practice that make it more annoying. Yeah, it's such a good Pokemon. It is a very cool Pokemon. It's got a nice shiny as well. Mighty, I don't know if you know, but in Scarlet and Violet, there's a cave. It's like, what part of the map? The west, east, like northeast part of the map area. And you can go into a cave system, set up a sandwich, and they literally just pop out the wall if you position your character correctly. And then you can use the Let's Go function just to send a Pokemon out, and they'll continually knock out, and the Sableyes will just continually pour out the wall. It's a very good shiny spot and an easy one to get Sableye if you're wanting to shiny hunted. I think I have a video on the channel about it as well. Might be a little bit old. General, I have to go because I have to drive to uni for an exam. Watch this shiny alien appear the second I'm gone. I hope it doesn't for that, but also I kind of hope it does. Good luck with the exam though. Have a safe travel, my friend, and thanks for dropping by the stream this morning. I hope everything goes well with it. Definitely looking forward to hearing how it went next week or whenever you're back, my friend. But take it easy. Thank you so much for coming by this morning, and enjoy your weekend if we don't speak to you before then. Professor Oak in the house. How are we doing, Professor? Hope you're having a great Friday. Good to see you as always, mate. Always say to myself, bank will close soon, so get the rare ones first. Yeah, I'm in the same sort of mind as you. I think I don't want to be in that position where, especially with the Deoxys as well, I thought we'd maybe have got it by now, but I think we've got until the Switch 2 is released, until bank closes. So that's at least, I would say, at least April next year. Alicat gifting 5 memberships. Wow, Alicat, thank you so much. Big shout out, big love for Alicat in the chat, everyone. We've got, who's picked them up? Riley has been gifted one. We've got Michael, Denzel, Decker, and Tone as well. Thank you so much, Alicat, and everyone just joining the membership as well. Well, you guys, welcome into the Squirrel Squad. Honorary members, courtesy of Alicat. Thank you so much for the support, Alicat. That is massive. That is huge. Thank you for the support. And great to have more of you joining and supporting the channel and being a part of this great community that we have here. bring the GBA games onto the Switch. That's what I feel will happen, Dread. I think that's what... It's just been so delayed now. It just felt like it would have been such an easy thing for them to do on the Switch now, but it's been delayed so long. It feels like, are they waiting for the Switch 2? And we know that if it does come to the Switch 2, it will be backwards probably compatible with the Switch. So those of you that don't upgrade to a Switch 2 straight away, you're probably going to be able to get them, like the Virtual Console games, on the Switch. I just feel like they're waiting for that Switch 2 drop to be the announcement for them, and then once they do that, that feels like that's when banking stuff will close down, which is going to be a sad day. Do you think it's worth getting a 2DS XL and modding it to get Pokemon Bank? Yeah, because I think there's still a few months left, and a 2DS system's like a nice system as well. I really like the back catalog of games you can get on the 2DS as well. Yeah, I don't think it would be a bad investment, especially if there's like titles that you want to play on it as well. I mean, there's so many 3DS titles that are just like bangers, you know. Majora's Mask is one. I'm just going to name that because otherwise I'm going to be sitting here thinking about a gazillion other titles. But I do think, yeah, it's probably worth doing. Not holding off and probably pulling the trigger on that. If it was me, I would definitely do it, especially if I've got those older games and I want to port things up and I don't want to lose stuff. If I want to move them into Pokemon Home, then it's never a bad idea, I don't think. Fire Red was on Switch. Just imagine if you could move to... I know, that would be so wild. I think that's one... Like, I hope it's going to happen. I hope we see Fire Red, Leaf Green. And then my big wish list would be to see DS games come to the Switch. And, you know, Hot Gold, Soul Silver, Diamond Pearl, Platinum. That'd be wild. And I guess the same could be said, you know, if we talk about it like a lot where we say Fire Red, Leaf Green come to the Switch and Emerald, then they could do a similar thing that they did with Crystal on the Virtual Console, where they introduced, like, they just installed the Celebi Hunt, where once you finish the game you could access it, where it was before just a mystery gift event only, and like hardly anyone was able to actually access the event. Well, they could do the same with the Switch with the Deoxys in Leaf Green, Fire Red. They can do the Lugia, the Ho-Oh, they could do all of those things. And in Diamond Pearl, in Platinum, they could actually introduce the Azure Flute as well, which would be very cool. And they could do the same with Oak's Letter. They could do the members card as well for the Darkrai. So there's like loads of stuff that they could do. It would be so cool to see them bring those games. Evan, thank you so much for the subscribe, my friend. Great to have you joining the channel. The support is very much appreciated. And if you are joining the stream, I hope you enjoy it with us today while we continue this hunt for shiny Deoxys. James, it's crazy how Nintendo hasn't said much about a long Pokemon Bank will last. I know, that's the crazy thing, I think. You know, like, at least if we had a rough estimate. I think the last update we got was at the start of 2024, wasn't it? And they said basically that it would be closing soon, so move your Pokemon. And when that came out, I was expecting like Bank to close by the summer, you know, but it's just going on and on and on. And I still think they'll give us a notice period as well before it closes. I don't think they're just going to shadow drop saying bank's closed from today. I think they'll say bank's closing in, you know, like 4 weeks time or something like that, just to kind of give us a heads up. But I think they would do it after they announce that, you know, if they are planning on doing the retro games to the Switch 2 or the Switch, whichever, I think they'll retrospectively make that announcement after they've announced these like ports of the Virtual Console games to the new console, if that makes sense. I think it softens the blow as well for a lot of players. As soon as I'm done with Chen Pao, I will send more letters to people. The Chen Pao hunt continues. How many resets are we on now, Professor Oak? Hope it's not getting into the 2000 resets category. What do you want more? Gold, silver remakes or black and white remakes? Sean, I'd probably say black and white remakes because I feel like gold and silver, I don't know if you could do a better job than they did with Hot Gold Soul Silver. I feel like it's got to be one of those S tier remakes. It's just a really, really good enhancement of the original games, and I don't know if you'd be able to hit that level again, whereas black and white, there's nothing to really compare another remake with it. And I think if we had got another remake of Gold Silver Crystal, I think the comparisons would definitely be made, and I think it would be so hard out the traps for that new remake when you've got that comparison of such a good game in Hot Gold Soul Silver, that I think it would just struggle, and it probably wouldn't hit the same notes with the community like that game did when it dropped. So I think black and white for me, a remake. I'd love to revisit Unova and go through the games again in just like a different art style or a different way, you know, from like that we've done in the past. So that would get my vote. What about yourself though? Muffin, how are you doing today, mate? I hope you're well, having a great Friday. Good to see you. You're bringing some luck with you today. We definitely need it. Prince Noz, Osirus. First off, make great content. So many solo raids that I've done this for your videos. Over 8k resets. I'm trying to get shiny Regigigas in Sun Shield, and I'm sure it affected by the charm or not. We had this question the other day about the other Regis. I think, were they affected by the charm? And I don't think they are. I'm not 100% sure because I've never done those hunts in Sword and Shield, so I've never really been something that I always know the answer to. Does shiny charm affect Regis in Sword and Shield? I'm curious if it does or not. I would hope it does, but there's a part of me that thinks it may not. No, shiny charm does not affect Regis in Sword and Shield. Certain static encounters use cryptographically secure random numbers. This means that these encounters are not manipulated or seeded and are unaffected by the shiny charm. In Sword and Shield, base odds of encountering a shiny Pokemon are 1 in 4096. However, you can increase your chances by combining shiny charm with other methods, but not for that one. So it looks as though they are not affected by the shiny charm, which is kind of sad. But at least you know where you stand with the hunt and what to expect from it. And I guess that's why it explains like a lot why you see, you know, back in the day when a lot of people were hunting after the Crown Tundra dropped Regidrago, Regieleki, and those numbers for encounters was like through the roof for some people. So that kind of makes sense. The resets, are they a lot of time is Sword and Shield isn't too bad though. $200,000, we're on 2 million. Little Timmy is about to reach the billion. He is very determined to get shiny Chen Power once he heard us talk about it during the stream. That is my biggest fear, you know it. Big Hammerbex, how are we doing today? Great to see you. I hope you're having a fantastic Friday. Thanks so much for hopping in and joining the stream with us this morning. I'm doing good. I'm doing good today. I'm feeling quietly confident that we might see the Deoxys shine today, although I'm not like 100% sure, but I never am. So I've got to just try and be confident that we're going to see it. I'm praying that we are. I just really want to jump into do this Hot Gold Soul Silver shiny under Nuzlocke that we started. I kind of want to pick that back up next week on the channel and put this Deoxys to bed, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm trying to be as, I don't know, regimented as possible to stick with this hunt, because it's so easy for me to be like, we'll just juggle it in between things. But I think I need to just, at this point, with so many resets down, just stick at it and just try and get through them to get this Deoxys. It's gonna happen at some point. Just gotta keep plowing away. But otherwise, yeah, Mitch, I'd be okay with Fifthful Hot Gold Soul Silver remakes with the Poke Radar added to shiny hunting with, that would be so good. I mean, if they got ported to the Switch as well, that would be amazing as well, wouldn't it? They're doing quite a few things to like celebrate Johto at the minute. We've got those new shiny plushies that have come out for Ho-Oh and Lugia. And they did a really nice line of like, I think it was like a French clothing company did like some like a collab with the Pokemon Center. There's some like really cool jackets with like Ho and Lugia on the back. Some nice clothing though. I think you can pick it up on the Pokemon Center now. Sam, sorry, what does Pokemon Bank mean? So basically Pokemon Bank is it's an app that they brought out for the DS, 3DS consoles, along with Pokemon Transporter, that allowed you to take Pokemon from any of the DS, 3DS, Gen 3 games, and then port them into Pokemon Home, so then you can move those Pokemon into Pokemon Sword and Shield, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. But when that service closes, because it's an online service, when it closes, those Pokemon in those games, like the 3DS era, Gen 3 era, DS era, they're all going to be like stuck in those games pretty much forever. So we're never going to be able to move them up into like modern titles. So it's a pretty big deal for like people that do like older hunts in any of the previous generations and stuff like that. Hope that helps explain it a little bit better. Marcus, good morning, mate. How are you doing this morning? Great to see you. Shiny Encounter Chance vibe is intensifying by the minute. It's coming, brother. I feel it. Julian, I hope you're right, mate. Getting that itch. Hit the like button or your shiny luck will become Lee's shiny luck. That's a good way of doing it. That's a good way. Yeah, your shiny luck you'll lose your shiny luck if you don't hit the like button. I should push that more often. I like it. Of course, that's not true. I will never steal anyone's shiny luck. I would borrow it for a short period of time, and then I'll give you it straight back. Raul, I'm trying hard in Gen 4 Diamond. I'm at 34k in Eterna Forest with no phases. That's why I'm taking a break in Scarlet Violet. Wow, Raul, that's crazy. 34 encounters and nothing. That's brutal. Really hope the luck changes for you. I feel like you deserve multiple shinies in Scarlet, and then when you jump back into that game, hope you have a bit better luck. Keep us up to date with that hunt though. Have you got like a target that you're specifically looking for in Eterna, or are you kind of just going to take anything at the moment? Callum, I'm seriously considering for fantasy football this week. Have I missed your first one for the Nuzlocke? Get the forfeit wheel back out. Yes, the forfeit wheel. How are you doing, Callum, though? I hope you're alright. Right, the shiny Nuzlocke forfeits. Do we have any confirmed yet? No, we need to definitely work those out. I think when we come back for the first time, well, the first section of the stream, we'll sort out some shiny forfeits, so we don't have to eternally lose the shinies forever, because that'd be sad if we do. I'll have to make some fun ones though. Just as long as we don't do anything involving like the one chip challenge. I don't think I could cope with that ever again. Heard that the shiny noise is coming back in Legends EA. That will make the shiny hunting in the game so much better. Yeah, supposedly. I mean, we haven't got 100% confirmation yet, but it looks pretty much all but officially confirmed from the leaks that we got from that Terra leak. Yeah, it's exciting. It's nice. I like it because it just gives people that have like difficulty seeing different colors, color impairment, whatever. It just gives them the ability to shiny hunt like everyone else, and I think just it's such a good feature, and everyone misses it. I always think if there's people that don't like it, we could have the option where you could toggle it on or off in game. That would be the best, like across the board for everyone, kind of suit everyone perfectly. But I don't know if they'll do that, but it's nice to know that it is coming back. I'm a big fan of it, so I'm looking forward to seeing it return. Mochi dance while eating mochi as well. Muffin, we will never hurt you like that again. That was brutal. Like, I still can't believe how hot that chip was, and there was still bits of it. I didn't eat the whole chip. There was still bits of it, but oh man, that was rough. Yeah. And there's even hotter things. There's the nuts that you can get as well, which are like, you've got to eat like a tube of like 20 nuts. You guys know about it. We could go full brutality on the the Wheel of Dread if I lose a Pokemon. Depending on, I guess you'd have to rank the Pokemon as well. And the bigger the loss of a higher ranked Pokemon, the worse the forfeit to keep it in the team. I've never used, because I never played the games, but I even miss it. I hope they bring them to the Switch. I really do. I like it. Just porting them to the Switch would be like nice, because it'll give everyone the opportunity to like experience these older games. That's the big thing, I think. Because the second-hand market is just so crazy, especially like if you want to just experience Emerald, like it's like $200 to buy that game. It's absolutely bonkers. Like you could literally buy a Switch Lite for the same price that it costs to pick up a copy of Emerald. Just madness. So yeah, Virtual Console game of that in particular, I think would be like really good. It's the same for like Heart Gold, Soul Silver, I think, because the buying that in the secondary market is just like, it's crazy again. Pokemon Company needs to add shiny alts for certain mons. That I would love to see that. Imagine if you could just change something slightly. It'd be so good. You have to win a game of VG on ladder in Scarlet and Violet using the mons that died in the Nuzlocke. That's a cool, I like that. And if they get knocked out in the battle, then I can't revive them in the Nuzlocke. That's a cool way of doing it, Riley. We'll start off on Pokeball rank just to make it easier. Or do I have to get it? Does it have to be in Master rank? Too bad Pokemon Bank can't be downloaded anymore, but still can be. I know, that's a crazy thing, Sean. It's so infuriating that it's still active and you can still use it. You just can't download it. Just make it available to everyone via download so people can actually use it. It's, yeah, crazy. It kind of forces people's hands to mod their DSs and 3DSs just to be able to get it. Have you tried those hot instant noodles? I've had pretty spicy instant noodles before, Vader, but I don't know if I'm like the ones that you're talking about. Are they like, how hot are we talking? Like off the chart hot? I used to really like spicy food, like go crazy for spicy food. And I used to get like the spicy noodles, so I'd chop like chili up into them, and then if you ever get like that hot sauce, it's like Icona sauce. It's like it's really hot, but if you ever cook with it, it's like it goes ridiculously hot. And I used to make like the spiciest noodles, not instant ones, but I've also had the instant ones that are pretty spicy, but never, I don't think ones that are like intentionally marked to be like harmful. Like I feel like the ones that you might be talking about are. Lumpy, great to see you, mate. How are you doing today? I hope you're having a great Friday. My son bought Emerald 120 quid last year. It's crazy how expensive it is. It's a great investment, I think, for the future though, because like the price sadly is probably not going to do anything but kind of go up. And it's probably not what you're thinking about when you actually buy the game, because just the game itself is so much fun, but just to experience it, it's absolutely nuts. Master rank would be brutal. It would be pretty rough going into master rank with a Flaffy. Trying to win a battle with it just to revive it in the game. Give a lot of us kids a chance to play the old games we grew up on, which I think is the best. Want them to. Yeah, that's the thing. And also, if they do it, it kind of gives us maybe the opportunity to like use those Pokemon in things like Pokemon Stadium and Stadium 2 as well. Because I'm sure someone like modded their Switch, put the Virtual Console versions of Red and Gold and Silver on there, and then they were able to use rental Pokemon from those games in their Pokemon Stadium copies. which is kind of wild. You're gonna watch Sonic the Hedgehog 3? I probably will. Probably not go to the cinema to see it though. Probably wait till it's on one of the streaming services. But I'll definitely watch it. Big Sonic head. Cyrus, I bought something great today. It's a Johnny Lightning model of the ACM Pacer from Wayne's World. No way, that is wild. Where did you pick that up from? That's hilarious. I love it. That's a very, very cool purchase. The best part, I haven't seen Wayne's World in like absolutely yonks. One of my favorites when I was younger. Best pal Donnie traded some of his games and gear for 2 copies of Emerald. One was busted and not working, and the other was fine, but the battery was dead. He swapped the battery and also busted. Oh mate, that is... Could he not go... Was it like a store that he got them from? That is actually heartbreaking as well. Do you think there's like any way to repair them? Is it like the boards? Could you clean the chipboards, or is there soldering that's come like loose in places? I'd like be looking at all of the different options to see if there's any way to kind of just repair them. My 2 homemade crochet shiny Sneasel and Weevil to send some shiny luck. I know they will. Thank you, Pedro. I appreciate it. They sound cool as well. Crocheted Sneasel and Weevil. Look at the skills to do that though. That's amazing. I'd love to be able to crochet my own shiny Pokemon. It's so cool. Crochet shiny Chen Pao would be the first thing on the list. In reality though, a great night out on the town can cost $200 to $300. Just one night, so the same cost for a year's... Yeah, I guess for a year's play, it's kind of worth it when you look at it like that. And Alicat, thank you so much once again. Another 5 gifted members. That's 10 gifted members you've given today. Thank you so much. That is so generous of you. Too kind. And we've got... Okay, so big shout outs, everyone. We need to give a lot of love to Alicat in chat. We've got Mr. Wolf, Bug, we've got Jarell, Kaylee, all picking up memberships. Big shout out once again to Alicat for those 5 gifted. That is so generous. Thank you so much. And everyone, welcome to the membership as well. And Squirtle Squad. Ali is a legend. Massive legend. Thank you so much. I know, Riley, I was just thinking the same. I need to see the shinies of those crocheted Weevil and Sneasel. I thought that might hit a tune with you with the Sneasel. Still going, Leaf Green has become a nightmare for you. Go on. I know. It's been going so long that we've had to introduce the Fire Red. You've got to think though, it's going to happen at some point. It's got to. But trying to share the knowledge. I will post them in general on the Discord. Oh, okay. I look forward to having a look at them. Do you like take orders, or is it just like a hobby? I feel like they would make like super nice gifts for people. I know, Gohan. I feel the same as you. At this point, I'm hoping we get it before 20k resets. Just on the Leaf Green. I really hope we don't go past 20k. But today might be the day. Today could be the day. I honestly don't know how I'm going to react when we do eventually get it. Be a bit more disbelief probably than anything else. Oh, that sounds super nice, Riley. Should send a picture of that as well. That sounds cool. Ada, that reminds me, do you have Blue Sky? I'll probably leave Twitter and move over there. Twitter's toxic to honest. It is very getting more and more like that now, isn't it, X? I'm not over on Blue Sky. I do need to shift over there though, because I feel like that's where the majority of people are kind of heading towards now. So when I do get it set up, I will I'll post my handle to it for sure. It might be good because I'm really bad at been constantly or anywhere near as active as I should be on Twitter. I feel like half the time though, it's because I just like, I need to get off this platform as soon as I'm on it, scroll and then be like, I remember why I don't come on this that much. So maybe Blue Sky's better and I'll be a lot more active on there, and it'll probably be like starting a new account might be the kick that I need to be a bit more active as well. I mean, it happened to Eternal Radiant with Shiny Raikou. How many resets was that, Mighty, that they did for the Shiny Raikou? Do you know off the top of your head? Sending all the shiny luck to you, mate. Wayne, thank you so much, mate. I really appreciate it. At this stage, I am just taking any shiny luck we can get and praying. Use Twitter for crazy videos like Blue Sky purely for Pokemon community. That sounds like the way to do it, yeah. Because X definitely has all of the crazy videos, all of the wild videos. Is it posted over there already? Petro, if you posted the pictures, I need to check this out on the Discord. I need to. Right, let me have a look quickly while we do this next reset. And then I can hopefully show them. Right, no shinies there. I can't see them. I'll have to just keep looking. Young Lei, how are you doing, my friend? Great to see you. Happy Friday. How's it going today? Good, my friend. I'm doing good. Hopeful that we'll get this Deoxys today. Thanks for the terror vid today. Couldn't clear it last weekend. I'll try again tonight. Hopefully you have some great luck with it, mate. And which build are you going to go for? Oblivia or the Arceus? I do like the Arceus build. I feel like it's very fast and it could be quicker, I think, if you can stack the Carmines a little bit earlier on in the raid. But yeah, both are pretty consistent. Or you might be going for the Haunter build. Haunter, I do like the Haunter, but yeah. In Pokemon General chat, okay. There we go. Oh my gosh, they are amazing. I love it. I can't believe how good that Sneasel is. That Sneasel is insane. That, like, honestly looks like you've bought that from a store. I've got to show this. I've got to show this. I don't know if you can see that. That's crazy. That's insanely good. And the Weavile's well cute as well. That's very cute. I like that a lot. That is very cool. Very, very talented. Very talented. I hope you don't mind me sharing those. Very cool. Thank you for sharing them. Can't believe that the Sneasel though. That's absolutely, yeah, like I say, I feel like that's something that you could buy off a shelf in a store. Matthew, good morning, mate. How are you doing? Brandon, we're still here, still going with the Deoxys. Hopefully today's the day it comes to an end and we get the yellow noodle. But I hope you're doing good, mate, and having a great Friday. Bug, I forgot I had another tab opened and it started playing anime music at me. Scared me. I hate that when suddenly you get a random sound and it just absolutely gives you a heart attack. I'm tempted to move Arceus in Scarlet and Violet. You should do it. It's very good for like farm and raids, just because you can like change the type very easily, like give it a Stellar Terra typing and then just change the plate just depending on the 6-star raid that you're about to do. It's super good for farming, but it's whether or not you need to kind of farm stuff at this stage in the game. If you don't, then there's probably easier ways to do it. But Arceus looks super nice in Scarlet and Violet. Walking the dog and playing Pogo while watching you. My brain is not awake enough for this level of multitasking. My brain would never be awake enough for that level of multitasking. I feel like I would get run over if I was trying to do all of that stuff at one time. I'm going for Oblivia only because my Arceus has Stellar build. Yeah, that's kind of true. I had to change mine to the Grass Terra type and I was like, wasting stellar terra shards I wasn't keen on. So yeah, the Orbolivia is a nicer, easier option. Ah, they're yours, Riley. Wow, okay. Petros is above. They are super cute. I love them. Oh my gosh. They are super cute. Look at those. Look at those. They are well cute. Ignore the picture of me in the background. They are very cute. I love those. The shiny Sneasel is, I love the style of them as well. They're so cute. They're so cute. You guys are so talented. Like, I could never create anything like that. Like, ever. Thanks for sharing, friends. I love them. January Rayquaza raid in Scarlet and Violet is actually going to be tough, I feel like. I don't know, Gohan. I feel like it might be a little bit tricky, but a 5-star it shouldn't be. I think we probably thought the same. The only reason I say I don't expect it to be that tough is because I think we probably thought the Dialga and the Palkia raids were going to be tough, but they never really turned out to be that tough. Like, they were pretty easy in the end, where we could almost one-shot them with there's like a one-shot strategy with Iron Hands, and I think Sylveon as well can one-shot them as well, at least the Palkia, not the Dialga, but yeah. So I'm hoping a similar sort of situation can happen with the Rayquaza. Maybe not though, maybe because they're making it such a big deal, they're going to make it a little bit harder and have different interactions where it's resetting our stats a lot more often, it's resetting its stats a lot more often, it's going to boost itself up, make it really difficult to beat. The raid timer might move a lot quicker, shield might go up very quick. So yeah, you're probably right where it will be tough. I don't know if it'll be 7-star level difficult though, but hopefully not. We'll see. I always enjoy the challenge, so I don't know which side of the fence I'm kind of really sitting on. I like the idea of it being accessible so everyone has an easy time getting it, but I kind of like the challenge at the same time as well. Zubra, how are we doing today? Thank you so much for the kind words. Shouted your YouTube channel out in my channel with the links in the description more than 3 times. Keep up the good vids and the live stream. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate that. That is I will have to check out your content. I will do that. I'm gonna just pull up your channel so I've got it for after the stream. What's a channel? There we go. Thank you so much though. And keep going with the content as well. It looks cool. Channel looks really cool. Where are we going with this? But no, thanks for dropping in the stream today. Hope you're having a great Friday yourself. Wonder if you'll be able to fight Pokemon in Legends ZA with hand-to-hand combat. Personally, I hope that doesn't do that direction, but it would be cool. Yeah, I mean, that would be kind of weird if they go down that route. I hope the one things that I would like to see return in ZA would be the stealth kind of mechanics that we had in Legends Arceus, where we can kind of sneak up on Pokemon and kind of catch them off guard, all those sort of things. I think that would be very cool. Congrats. Thank you so much for the subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate the support. Very kind of you. And if you are joining us on the stream, I hope you enjoy it. However long you can stick around. When the new game out, it should be all Pokemon catchable on the Switch. Yeah, that's very true. Like, we shouldn't ever... there shouldn't be anything that we can't catch on the Switch after ZA comes out, which would be nice. Because you think it kind of completes the circle then. Catching Pokemon like Jessie, whooping them, yeah. Be like Pal World though, wouldn't it? Be like, get weapons, beat the Pokemon up, and then be able to catch them. I guess it's kind of similar to how we're using, like, what is it, the globs in Pokemon Legends Arceus, where I guess the sticky globs were kind of like something that we threw at Pokemon to stun them. It's kind of along those same sort of lines, but I did like the battle mechanics in Legends Arceus. I thought it felt like way more immersive, like real life Pokemon. Have you been watching DBZ? I am up, Muffin. I have been watching it, so I'm 3 episodes in. I've got a little bit to catch up on. I think I've got 3 more episodes to catch up on as of now today. So been loving it though. Yeah, how about yourself? It's good to just have like new, fresh Dragon Ball Z to watch. It's cool that it's on Netflix as well, because it's normally like, you know, it's not normally the platform that we would get something like this on. Got Shiny Furfru last month. That should be in the new game. That's very cool. Shiny Furfru is a very cool Pokemon. Yeah, it should be. I wonder if they'll then allow players to, you know, the one like people go in Pokemon Go and get the ones from Egypt and things like that. It'd be cool if they were able to transfer those into ZA and then keep the aesthetics of where they were caught. Do you know if the Deoxys comes with any best IVs or completely random? Completely random in these games. I don't think they introduced the guaranteed IVs until Gen 6 or 7? Might have even been Gen 8, you know. No, it would have been Gen 7, I think. No, wait there. Gen 6. Gen 6 for sure. So Gen 6, I think, is where they guaranteed 3 perfect IVs. So yeah, these games, it can completely be random. My shiny Deoxys crap stats. Yeah, I don't expect this one to have any good stats at all. It'd be wild if it does have a good spread. My Smoliv has a mark and one of the personality ones too. That's so cool, Raul. Congrats, mate, on the shiny marked Smoliv. That's super nice. No new games, but I really think ZA is going to be heat, PLA, and mechanics, and urban setting. I think it's going to be a blast. Joe, I couldn't agree with you more. I can't wait for it to drop, or just to get some information on it, right? If we can get a release date, it would be so good, and then it kind of, at least we know when it's coming. Brian, they'll maybe do it the same way as the postcards with Pavilion. Oh, that'd be a cool way to do it. And Bebum, how you doing, mate? I hope you're well. It was Gen 6, so we got it right in the end. How you doing, mate? Great to see you, though. Hope you're having a fantastic Friday. Sorry been lurking, but I'm food prepping. Oh, mate, you're not making sushi, are you? Also, shiny Deoxys isn't real. Yeah, I have to believe it is, mate, at this point. It might not be, though. Might not be. Can you imagine if there was something wrong with the game and they were like, oh, you've actually got like 2 faulty copies of Fire Red and Leaf Green. They're actually not real, and the Deoxys will never be shiny in these games. In PLA, I loved it when it was close to the moves and would knock the characters. Yeah, that was very cool. You could, yeah, there's all those like little intricate details that just made it very, very cool. Like when, like, I always, in that situation, I always think of Garchomp when you're taking on that Alpha Garchomp and it just goes crazy nuts and your character's just like flying all over the place. And the fact that you can get knocked out as well and you lose all your items is very cool. And if your Pokemon loses, I like the fact that you don't white out at that stage. It feels more real, where obviously in every other mainline series title, when your Pokemon get knocked out, for some reason you get knocked out as well, because the opposing trainer decides, well, I've knocked all your Pokemon out, so you're next. That's basically what happens, I think. But in Legends Arceus, it's a lot more real, where your Pokemon gets knocked out and then there's like an amicable agreement that would happen in real life with, you know, like your opponent would be like, okay, I beat you, so just give me some money, as we agreed. And then you can kind of go on your way, heal up your Pokemon and carry on like normal. Whereas, yeah, in the normal games, I've never really thought about it until now, but it's kind of weird that you white out because your last Pokemon gets knocked out as well. So in turn, you have to take one for the team as well, which makes no sense. I guess it's to stop you like encountering wild Pokemon with no Pokemon. Bug, thank you so much for dropping by. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and if we don't see you later on, mate, I hope to catch you again very soon. It's taking so long to pop. I know, Brandon, crazy. I have enough material for both the Mew and Deoxys hunt. Super nice. I'm looking for a shiny Zoroark in Pokemon Sword. Strong spawn encounter. Oh, good luck with that. That'll be a super nice one to get. Zoroark's such a great shiny as well. That purple and the black looks so nice. Hope you get it very soon, my friend. Keep us up to date with how the hunt's going. Mighty, I need some feedback on my art still. Have you posted the art in the Discord, Mighty? I will make a point of looking at it, giving some feedback. I imagine it's absolute banger though. I'll be very honest. Also, why when I knock out other Pokemon trainers, I don't get to knock out their trainers the way they knock me out. Yeah, that's so true, yeah. I want to show the Pokemaniac who's boss. Yeah, the Team Rocket Grunts. I mean, the Team Rocket Grunts are different because they do disappear, right? So maybe we do with those. We just kind it to all the other random trainers. Makes perfect sense. Don't overthink the genius. This is true. This is true. I shouldn't question the genius of the Pokemon mechanics. I have tried just encountering the shiny Deoxys. Bitch. Maybe that's where we're going wrong this whole time. Just need to encounter the shiny one instead of all of these regular ones. Seen about 250 on Pogo, still no shiny on that one. I hope you manage to get it soon, Gohan. Honestly, bro, I'd have loved if Zoroark kept Zoroark's shiny color. Yeah, that's true. That's true, because Zoroark has that like turquoise and the black. I know what you mean, mate. Because like Hisuian Zoroark kind of gets it as well. And that's like, but it's like the gray and the blue. Yeah, bangers. And then, yeah, Hisuian Zoroark, the purple. It's not as nice, right? As that kind of like the turquoise. Sad to see the beautiful blue fade into purple. I know what you mean, mate. It'd be nice if you could have the option, wouldn't it? Like have the hybrid, the really rare, shiny Zoroark that keeps the blue. Want to replay Let's Go Pikachu this weekend? I haven't played that game since 2018. I dived into it a few weeks ago and it was a lot of fun. It's a great game. I forget how good it looks as well. It's still probably one of the best looking Pokemon games on the Switch, I think. It's just aesthetically very nice. It's a very cool game. That's why I don't think I'd be sad if we got like a Let's Go Johto version of those games on the next Switch. I think it'd be just a fun game to play. It's like not a serious game at all, and it's just, yeah, it's just good. It's done well. Yeah, very cool game. I hope you enjoy the playthrough though when you get into it. Get some nice shiny luck as well, hopefully. Uploaded on the channel on the server boy. Okay, cool, mate. Mighty, I will check that out. Will shiny requires a drop Herba Mystica or not? I would imagine it will. I think like all the other 5-star raids recently have all dropped a single Herba Mystica, so I can imagine the Rayquaza is probably going to drop like, it's probably going to be able to drop any one of the 5 Herba Mysticas that we can get. So I would say yes. Without like having the confirmation, I'd say we've probably got a good chance. Thought I wish that upcoming Pokemon games is not so easy. I know kids play it, but they should add difficulty level or balance it out. What do you think, Lee? It feels like the past 2 Pokemon games were a breeze. I know what you mean. I tell you what I did find difficult. I don't know whether it was just because it was a little bit out of the norm to what we're used to, but there was parts of Legends Arceus when I played it through the first time. Some of the battles were like difficult. Like the Arceus battle at the end is super tough. The Avalugg battle as well. Was the Cresselia one? I don't think that one was. Was it the Electrode? I'm trying to think which one. But some of them are like pretty challenging. And I did enjoy that aspect of it. So yeah, I know what you mean, where it'd be nice to have those difficulty like toggles before you start a new game, and then you can go into it and like have a bit more of a challenge. I do agree with you. Like Sword and Shield, so easy, but there's not really much you need to think about. And I guess Scarlet and Violet is as well. I think there should just be a toggle for difficulty for sure. I think because then the younger audience can still enjoy it, and then if older audiences want like that bit more of a challenge, it's easy to do. Then it's just like knock on the option and then go from there, or just release a DLC patch for it, you know, and have people like pay for a DLC patch that you can then have You know, like they did with Breath of the Wild. And then you could just do that and play through the game again on a much harder level. Riley, how are you doing? Not Riley. What am I doing? What am I doing? I've just seen Sergio come in. I've just ignore me, Riley. I'm gonna say hello to you as well again, even though you've been here since the very beginning. I'm just gonna say hello to Sergio. That's who I'm just welcoming in. How are you doing, mate? I hope you're well. Jimmy World opened a reverb store and was selling their tour equipment and tour posters. Check him out and snag a signed poster or something. No way, that's wild. That is crazy. I'll have to check that out. Thank you so much, mate, for like bringing that up. Jimmy World, like my favorite band as well, so it's exciting though, because there's like a big slam dunk gig that happens every year. There's one in the south and one in the north of London. Lexi, wow, what have we got? We've got Ali Cat with another 5 gifted members. Ali Cat, thank you so much. I can't believe that's 15 gifted members today. That is absolutely nuts. I can't say thank you enough. Everyone, we got to show a huge amount of love in the chat for Ali Cat for the gifted members. And then picking up new members, we got Alexi, we got Quenchy Cacti, we've got where are we gone? My chat is gone wonky as Misery Pilver, All the Smoke, and then Philip, all becoming new members of the channel. Thank you so much, Ali. You are an absolute legend. So generous, so generous. Thank you so much. Want to gift some, but I can't figure out how I would do that, Ali. Josina, difficulty setting that can switch the standard gym leader teams and competitive ones like we saw in the DLC. Would love to see doubles battle become the new norm. That would be very cool, wouldn't it? Especially with how like big VG's becoming as well. I feel like it would be definitely an option that players would probably like to see, and it would be one of those options I think as well that would probably benefit the competitive scene, where players would maybe have not really delved into the competitive side of the game, might try it and be like, oh wow, this is actually a lot of fun. I'm gonna go and do a real life Pokemon tournament because I can, you know, so it might be a really good way for them to kind of like pull people into the competitive space as well, which would be really fun. I swear the solos in Scarlet and Violet keep giving me the most useless party members. I know what you mean. I can so relate to that. It's so frustrating sometimes. Do you know there is a way to like lock in your partners for like every raid that you're doing after the initial setup? If you check out, I think the video I did with Infernape, because it'd be easier to watch the video rather than me sit and explain it right now, which yeah, it might not be the best way to do it without actually having an example in front of me. But there's like 2 minutes at the start of that Infernape video. I think it's like a 5-turn solo on the thumbnail, and I show you exactly how you can go into the raid and then manipulate to get the exact partner in Pokemon that you want, and then a way to always have that 3 Pokemon going forward in the raid to make it a little bit easier, you know, especially if you're like doing a lot of the raids over the weekend. If you're farming, it's always worth setting those partner Pokemon up just to make it so much easier throughout, you know. Have to go luck. Play if we get together and all do the shiny Rayquaza raid for buffers and debuffers and go and fight as a Magikarp. Would be down to do. I would be definitely down to do it. We'll definitely stream that live when it goes up on the 20th for sure. Very excited for it. Be interesting to see what comes out as the best build for it. I feel like Azumarill is going to be good though, running through it quite quickly. Just with the belly drum, it's got some good tools as well to be able to kind of slow the Rayquaza down. Just trying to think what else would probably be quite good. Tinkaton would probably be quite good. Like type wise, the Rayquaza does get earth power, so it could have coverage there. New mythicals event in Japan dropped, yeah, Marcus. For the Keldeo, the Deoxys, and the Zarude. I didn't realize when I've been referencing that there was a similar event in Sword and Shield, and that was for Volcanion, Mars Shadow, and I can't remember the third one, but they dropped around the same time, from November, and it ran till April, and then we didn't get that event until the following September, so it might be a while before we get that mythical event on this side of the world, but I think we will get it. But hopefully it's not as long away, but it might be a while before we do get that over here. John Reg H is becoming stale. It's boring seeing Archaladon and Sneasel on every team. It was refreshing seeing Marco win with the Charizard team. Yeah, I agree with you, mate. It's nice to see it mix up, and I think we'll probably see a little bit more variety. Probably not as much as we would like, but Archaladon, Sneasler, I think are probably mainstays for a lot of teams, so we'll probably see a lot more of them in the regionals the next couple of weeks. But I think we've only got two or three more regionals until we move into Regulation G again, so yeah, we've not got long left of this format, and then it'll be changing up, and then it'll be the one restricted back for a while. Tanya, no, they have the capacity to add the difficulty options, but I never played Legends Arceus. When you think the Switch 2 will release? Oh, I don't know, mate. I want to say, like, I feel like it'll be like April or May next year. Might be a little bit later than that, but I feel like that would probably be around the time when we would see it. I just hope when it drops, it's got some like release titles with it. I know it's going to be backwards compatible with the Switch games, so that's not too bad, but it just feels like you kind of, with a new system, you want to have those new games to play on it as well. It'd be nice if like it dropped around the same sort of time as ZA dropped, even though ZA will probably likely still be a Switch title. It'd be nice if it just performs a little bit better on the Nintendo Switch 2. That's what they're calling it. Zoo Belly Drum, Charm, Ice Spinner, yeah. Charm, Ice Spinner, Mud Slap, probably for that last slot. Shell Bell, Held Item. Just trying to think of some other options, what we could maybe bring to it. I'll bring my Sylveon, she needs to avenge herself. Yeah, I think Sylveon will be a really good shout with the fake tears. Calm Mind. Fluttermane as well is probably a decent one. Pheasantipity might not be bad, because I think Pheasantipity, if you've got access to it, with the combination of like Acid Spray and Nasty Plot, it's got very good defenses as well. With that fairy typing, it's probably going to be something that'll be able to take it down pretty well, pretty quickly. Aaron, how are you doing, mate? Can't stay long as I'm about to go to bed, but wanted to stop by and say hi. Thanks so much for stopping by, Aaron, and I hope you enjoy the stream for however long you can stick around, but it's always great to see you, and I hope when you do head off, mate, you have a good rest for the rest of the evening, and we'll catch you hopefully a little bit longer on one of the other streams next week. Competitive knowledge is astounding to me. It's like shiny sparkles. I think I've got the advantage of I've just played for a very, very long time, and I've been able to manage keeping a lot of that knowledge somehow in my head, where other knowledge I would have liked to have kept has just been pushed aside. So I guess in one way it helps. But yeah, thank you. Hopefully it comes through on the desk. Sometimes it's not so much. Sometimes I come off the desk and think, oh, I could have done a lot better there, but sometimes it's all right. Got super burnt out on competitive. I haven't played ranked ladder in like 5 months. Wow, Brian. Do you think you'll get back into it in the new year with Regulation G? I think Regulation G, when it comes back, obviously we've got that established meta game that we had from like the World Championships, and we've got all those like new techs that came in at Worlds and performed super well, but never really had a chance in a post-Worlds format to do anything. Like we had the Wheezing team do really well. We had those variations of Ice Rider Calyrex do very well at the Worlds. And obviously Luca's kind of standard build of the Miraidon there. I wouldn't say standard build, but very kind of, it was kind of out the box. It wasn't something that surprised us that did well, because we just knew all of those Pokemon very, very strong, you know. Brian gifting 1 membership. Thank you so much, Brian, for the generosity. That is super kind of you. Chat, let's show Brian some big love in the chat, coming through with the support there. And picked up by John. John, welcome back to the membership, my friend. It's great to have you in the Squirtle Squad as always, my friend. Finally got it on the desktop version. Mad that you can only get like certain things on desktop opposed to mobile still on YouTube. Wow, we're 16,000 resets deep, still going strong. 2D Digital Warrior, how are you doing today? Hope you're well, having a great Friday. Great to see you. Hey, what is your score prediction against West Ham on Monday? Oh, I don't know, Alec. I think it's going to be a lot tougher than, like, I think the advantage is we're at home, so it makes it easier for us. And I think we have Newcastle have a really good home record. West Ham have been having like really bad results and then really good results this season, but I don't think they're a bad team. I think they're a really good team. I just think there's that bedding in period that needs to happen with like everyone from the manager to the new players brought in. And it's going to click at some point. I just hope it doesn't click against us. And we've been in good form. And the thing that I worry about is that we're in good form. We've had 3 really good matches. And everyone probably expects it to be a really easy game. And I don't know. Like, my heart's saying 2-1 to Newcastle. My head's probably saying like a 1-1 draw. That's what I'll say. 2-1 Newcastle. I gotta say we'll win, but I don't know if we will. We just got to keep some of those players quiet. I think we're getting like integrated like 3-minute shorts today, like across the board on YouTube now as well. So that'll be interesting to see what channels do with those. How do you get your Deoxys event these days in Fire Red and Leaf Green? Honey, you can. I've just learned like this last week there is a new glitch. Well, it's not. I guess it's not a new glitch, but there's a glitch called the Ace glitch that Marcus told me about, one of our community members, and I think through using that glitch you don't need any external software or any devices to actually access these events. Probably the best guide that I've started working my way through is, there's a creator, if you don't know them, called Papa Hefe, and they've got an amazing guide on how the glitch works and how you can set it up in game pretty easily, and then how you can execute it to get all of these different events like the Deoxys, like the Lugia, the Ho-Oh, in Fire Red Leaf Green, so you can use it that way. So I think probably as of now that's the best way to do it, where you're not needing to rely on anything to have to play around with the cart, inject the event from an external device or anything like that. So yeah, that would be my advice. I just wish I knew more about it to tell you right now, which I don't feel I've got the knowledge to tell you all about it right this second. I don't want to give you misinformation. Alec, I'm predicting 3-0 to Newcastle. 2 of the goals will be last 15 minutes. I would take that, Youngley. 2-0 to Newcastle. I'll take that all day. Alexander Isak to get a hat-trick. I can't believe how much like every Arsenal fan seems to just want Alexander Isak to sign for them. It's not gonna happen. I'm in denial. It's not gonna happen. I have a question. Why is Hisuian Arcanine able to learn Smart Strike? It doesn't have a horn or anything like that. That is weird. Yeah, I don't know. Some Pokemon get some weird moves, don't they? Like, I always find it weird when Pokemon without arms get like the punching moves, like Drain Punch and stuff like that. You think, how can you punch when you haven't got arms? So how long is your hair now, mate? How long are you going for the challenge? So my hair comes down to, my fringe is about down to here now. The back is not as long. It's probably about lip length. So it's all getting there. lengthwise. I'd say the sides are about 5 to 6 inches. The front's about 8, pushing 9. And I need to get the sides to at least 7. So I'd say probably January, February time will be when I'll do the cut. And then I'll be able to send it off and donate it. By then as well, the fringe in that front bit of my hair should be like a bit, maybe an inch or 2 longer as well, which would be good. Because I think they really want longer donations, but I don't know if I can cope with having to grow up much longer after February. I feel like by EUIC, I kind of feel like I want it cut for then. So that's kind of the deadline, I guess. But it's getting there, it's growing, which is good. Yeah. And Marcus coming in. Ace on Fire Red Leaf Green is so broken. Yeah, Marcus was all the information on it. Behim learning Steel Wing. That is wild as well. Good luck. Deoxys is my favorite legendary theme. Oh, the Cappy. Thank you so much for the good luck. And yeah, the Deoxys theme is an absolute banger, isn't it? It's like one of the best. Like, was it the first kind of signature theme that a Pokemon got in any Pokemon game? Part of me that wants to say it was, but I don't know if that's true. It's an absolute banger though, you can't beat it. You got about an inch on me. Feel you. I'm getting tired of it too. Oh, Muffin. Yeah, it's hard managing it. And I don't know, like, I didn't really expect to go through so many different, like, things to cover it up. Like, I've been through the band stage. I've got like these, I don't even know if I've got it down here. I haven't. I've got a hairband now, which is actually like, it's a metal one, which is actually pretty decent. But the amount of headgear I've got just to try and manage it. I just got myself a new beanie as well. I was like, oh, we'll go for the beanie next. That'll be the next thing to just keep it under wraps. So I'm looking forward to getting it cut and just, yeah. And drying and then styling it is just a nightmare. It takes like, it feels like it takes about an hour to dry it now. Looks like Hisuian Arcanine has horn like thing on its head. Oh, so maybe that's what it uses, yeah. For slicing and bean striking. We're about to cross over double odds, so the shiny has to come soon, right, Dana? That is very true. We're very close to double odds. Has to come soon. You're right, it has to. Maybe the Gen 3 theme still holds up to this day. Yeah, they do. I feel like Faraway Island, the Mew theme, is still probably one of my all-time favorites from the Gen 3 titles. I could listen to that track all day. It's so chill. And then the remake of it that they did in Oras as well. I can't remember what they called it in Oras. I think it was called they give it a different title, but it's basically the same tune. But it's, yeah, Gen 3 is just probably one of the best generations. It's hard to top it. Still have my GameStop Deoxys from back in the day on my Diamond and Pearl. That's wild, Marcus. That is very cool, mate. The Arceus that I've got that I used in the video that we put up for the Torterra 7-star raid yesterday, that Arceus is one that I got in my copy of Pearl from like 2010, I think, and that was from a game in the store in the UK. So pleased I didn't ever lose that. That was nice to have. So yeah, the Deoxys, that's super cool, mate. Hope to see Hooper any kind of weird legends here. Me too, Ton. I'm still quietly sitting on that theory about Hooper being involved somehow with the portals. Oh, it's such a stretch though, isn't it? It's such a stretch. I would love to see Hooper though. It would be great if it was in those games. Hooper's got such great lore to it as well. What is weak to steel besides ice and fairy? Should I get materials for Smart Strike to teach Scarlet Smart Strike on my Hisuian Arcanine? I don't think it's... No, I wouldn't have thought like it's worth it really. because you primarily want to use its stab attack so you can take advantage of those. So rock and fire, flare blitz, rock slide are probably your two main attacking options that you want. The coverage, really, I would say, depends what format you're in. If you're playing doubles, say something like Terra Blast, depending on the build that you're going for. Terra Blast with its Terra type, always going to be useful, especially if you go like Fairy Terra type, because that fire and rock typing with the 4 times weakness to ground is not that great. So you could go Fairy Terra typing just to neutralize that weakness, even grass, water. And then if you've got Terra Blast with that, because you could play a choice band set. That's probably what I would do. Choice band set with rock slide, flare blitz, Terra Blast, and then extreme speed, something along those lines. I don't think you need smart strike though for it. I feel like it would, you're not really gaining anything, because if you wanted to hit like opposing rock type Pokemon, I guess you would just go close combat. It would probably be better, and you're going to be able to hit like dog types as well with that coverage, so it would make more sense rather than going for smart strike, which isn't the most powerful attacking option either. So I think they're just better alternatives if you're looking for coverage, at least. How did you get from level 16 to 21 and like sneeze a time in Pokemon TCG Pocket? I swear, I took a look away from your profile and all of a sudden you're 21. By the way, have you tried the new Wonder Pick? I have, and I got very lucky with my first Wonder Pick. I got the Arcanine EX. So I was super lucky. So I feel like I've got the top card already. It's kind of fun. I don't know, mate. I don't know how I got it. I think it saved up probably a lot of the hourglasses, because I had an absolute blitz one day with pack opening, trying to get another God of War. I explained yesterday that I didn't realize that you could go on and just purchase the cards through the pack power that you get, like you build up. I didn't realize that was a way that you could kind of start finishing your collection. So I felt really dumb when I realized that, and I'd just been opening packs like a crazy person when I didn't need to, because I had a God of War. I just needed a second one for my Mewtwo EX deck. So that wasn't that fun, but maybe that was when it happened. So we getting there, yeah. Bacon and Tokino, how are we doing? Finally able to catch a stream. Big fan. Thanks to all your videos and your content. Thank you so much for the kind words, and thanks so much for dropping by the stream. It's great to have you here today. I hope you enjoyed time chatting all sorts of things today when we're searching for this Deoxys. We're getting close to double odds now between the two games, which is nuts, but maybe Deoxys does show up. Hopefully it does. Yes, dude, I feel like I dry my hair for 2 hours. It's crazy, isn't it? And my hair is so flat, which is the most frustrating thing. I see pictures of like people with like absolutely like phenomenal hair, and they can like dry it in a way, and it's like all these textures and layers, and it looks nice and wavy and all these good things. And I try and do the same sort of thing with like sea salt spray, powder. And I got the driest hair in the world. Not the driest, the flattest hair in the world. I can very rarely do anything good with mine just because of the length of it, I think. So yeah, it's not been fun. So hats are like the best hack that I've got now. But I still don't feel like the cap is the way. I don't know if I should, I need to find something else headgear wise. And obviously, if I'm ever casting, I can't wear a cap, which is always... Yeah, I don't think they would let me wear a cap. Maybe they'd let me like wear a flat peak cap and I go like Peaky Blinders theme for the stream. I don't know how that would go down. It's not going to be for that much longer, and it's for a good cause as well, so I guess I shouldn't really complain. It has been difficult growing it. I guess the last few months I found it a little more tricky. Saving my pack points for the rare ones. Yeah, Brian, I wish I'd done that, because then when I realized I could go and just buy the odd ones, I was like, oh, I can just buy the ones that I'm missing. So I bought up like loads of the low cost ones, and then I ran out of pack points, and I've got like 40 pack points now, and I'm really regretting it, rather than going and getting those like higher value ones, which would have been the way better thing to do. Who's your favorite artist or band? I always have to say Jimmy World's probably my favorite band. Favorite artist though. Favorite artist. it's a tough one. It's a tough one because there's so many amazing, talented artists. I'd probably say off the top of my head, favorite one would be Mark Knopfler. I think he's just an incredible songwriter. And the way he plays the guitar as well is just like no one else I know that plays a guitar. He's so underrated as well. You have like all these like maestros on guitar that like always get like lauded for their ability, but Mark Knopfler never ever seems to be in that conversation, and I feel like he's definitely warrants a place in that conversation with some of the best guitarists in the world. So yeah, one of them I would say, yeah, but Jimmy Will probably my favorite band out of all of them, out of everyone. How about yourself, Ton? May not be able to chat much but at work, but I'll be able to watch. I hope your day at work's gone good, and it's always great to have you here. Hopefully you can catch the moment when we get this shiny Deoxys. It'd be super nice if we can get it today. Prince Happy, how are we doing today? Hope you're good and having a great Friday. Muffin, me, I got the curls that pull the girls. You see, mate, jealous already. I wish I did. Wish it did, and it would just be so much better. Do the Peaky Blinders, do it. I feel like if I do the suit as well, I've got a suit that could pass for it. Probably need to just get some like accessorize the suit that I've got, and then just a flat cap. Might be the way to go. Didn't expect a Dire Straits reference out of you. Usually an emo guy. Yeah, I think as well, because he's from the area where I'm from in the UK, so that probably has a little bit to do with it. But I think ever since I kind of like first heard obviously their music, his music, I really got into it, and just something about it that just really resonated with me, and I just think he's so talented. Have you seen the Alchemy live version of Sultans? I haven't, Alec. I bet it's absolutely amazing as well. Full memory of music is that Money for Nothing video as a kid. That video is wild as well, and such a banger track. Such a banger track. I'd love to see him live though. Pink Floyd, The Who, Led Zeppelin, British made some really good music. Yeah, they're all like, amazing bands. I've never seen any of them. No, I've not seen any of those three live. I'm trying to think of like some of the legendary bands that I've seen. Now my mind's gone blank, and I'm like, okay, I promise I've seen some. What's the band that does like well, I saw Guns N' Roses last year, so that was a big tick off, and that was the original lineup. That was with Slash and Axl Rose, which is pretty cool. Now they're not the same status, but they're up there, and they're American as well, so we're talking about different things. So I'm just jabbering to fill gaps while my brain like tries to tick through and think of these artists that I have seen. But yeah, Mark's a legendary. Alchemy Live, it's on YouTube. It's one of the best live performances I've ever seen. I'm gonna have to check it out, mate. Gonna have to. There's a solo artist. I don't know his name. I think Bebum actually sent me the video. He's a classical acoustic guitarist, and he does the most insane version of Sultans of Swing on the acoustic guitar. It's absolutely nuts. Yeah, I'll have to dig that out. Find the guy's name. Been to Roger Waters, Pink Floyd, Wall live twice. Wow, that's amazing, mate. I bet that was like just an experience that you'll never get anywhere else. I've been tons of rock before. Considering it next year, the lineup looks good. Never been to Tons of Rock, Petro. No, never. I've actually got a ticket for the ticket that I've got for next year already was for Slam Dunk. So that's completely different sort of music, because Slam Dunk next year I've got like all the OG like punk pop bands from back in the day, and like some of the emo kind of bands as well. There's like Finch are playing, You Found Glory, The Used. There's just like every band on the that's been announced so far is just an absolute banger. So it's like I have to go to this. So that's going to be really fun. But some of the gigs that you're getting now, like the lineups are just absolutely nuts. I've been addicted to a song from a British band, and I don't know why, but I'm curious if you know it. Chocolate by the 1975. I do know it, Muffin. 1975 are an absolute amazing band. I've seen them once live, and they did not disappoint. They were so good. They got such a cool sound to them as well. I don't know what it is. The vibe of their music is just it's something else. And the lead singer's vocals are just so good. But I love their style of music. Absolutely amazing. And yes, Petro, Green Day headlining. Tash's brother is the biggest Green Day head, and they're headlining Download next year, aren't they? Yeah, Download, which is nuts. So, which is really good, because I think he's like always wanted to go and see them. So I think, yeah, gonna have the opportunity to go to Download and see them, which is very cool. Apologies if it didn't make it clear, but Alchemy is the name of the tour. Dire Straits is still the artist. Yeah, the Alchemy tour. Is that with Mark Knopfler or without? Because they don't generally gig together anymore, do they? Because I know that Dire Straits band, they played down at Glastonbury, but Mark Knopfler wasn't there, so it was, and they played in the acoustic tent. I didn't actually manage to catch them though. But Mark does his own stuff now. But I would have loved to have seen the Alchemy tour. Can you imagine seeing that live? How good that would be. JNR is such a great live band. Saw them for the second time last year. I had a very traumatic experience. Why was it traumatic, mate? Slash a leather pants for coming loose 30 minutes in. What? No way, Sergio. That's that is traumatic. That is very traumatic. Yeah. Didn't happen when I saw them. But that 80s vibe. 80s vibe. I think the best that I saw, like I probably said this at the time, was it last year or was it the year before, when because we had Lionel Richie was one of the legendary slots, and then the best one that I've legendary, because they always have a legendary slot at the festival. I don't think it was last year, I think it was the year before, but when Rick Astley played, and that was just insane. Like I made sure to go down to watch Rick Astley at Glasgow, and that was amazing. That was not a letdown at all. That was just so good. MK's the lead vocalist, the guitar and the version on YouTube. Oh, he is. Okay, I'll have to check that out, mate. I don't know if I must have seen it, you know. I don't know though. Local Hero is a track that they do, and I think they finish most of their gigs with it, so they may have finished that gig with Local Hero. That's another track. That's like just a instrumental though, but that's an absolute banger track as well. That's the track that they play when Newcastle come out at St James's, so that's another one that's like just insane. Wife and I saw Green Day multiple times. They did their baseball stadium tours over the years in the US. Awesome show every time. They're just like flawless, aren't they? They're just a flawless band. It's sad because like growing up, Blink-182 were like my all-time favorite band, and I like idolized like every member of that band. Like just wanted to be like Tom DeLonge, Mark Hoppus, and then Travis was like the coolest drummer that you're ever gonna see. And I was so let down when I saw Blink live, because Tom just cannot sing live. He's like a great musician and a great lyricist, but singing is just so bad. And like it's been every time that I've seen and I've seen Blink multiple times, and I've seen Angels and Airwaves multiple times, and it's the same every single time. And I think the last time I saw Angels and Airwaves, I kind of had that expectation where I was like, I know it's not going to be good vocal wise, so I had that expectation, and it was probably better than what I expected it to be, but I always got let down. Shiny Hunter finally got the shiny Raikou. Wow, congratulations my friend, that is awesome to hear. 8,133 soft resets. That is absolutely nuts. Just over full odds. Congrats, my friend. That is amazing. Shiny Raikou. After a massive slog. Great catch. Great catch. Hopefully that's a good sign that we might join you with the shiny luck today. But yeah, Blink was always a bit of a letdown for me. The one band that I never got let down like that was another favorite band, Jimmy Eat World. And I remember when I saw them for the first time live, that was epic. That was just amazing. One of the best gigs I've ever been to in my life. The 80s had amazing music, so did the 70s. In the 60s, I feel like music died during the 90s to present day. Or maybe I'm just old-fashioned. I know what you mean, the devil, because there's just a different source about music from like 60s, 70s, 80s. I think they all had their really unique sounds to them, like from those time periods. And such innovation as well in music, you know. And don't get me wrong, I think there's still like great artists now and great music now. I just don't think it's like, there's just not as much of it now, whereas just there's so much manufactured music now that kind of floods everywhere, whereas you just, you know, or it maybe floods everything that wouldn't have been flooded back then. I don't know, but yeah, it doesn't feel like there's that many like iconic songs that get written now. But maybe people will say that like back, like in 20 years time, they'll maybe look back at like, you know, the noughties and then like, you know, like 2010, 2020 and be like, wow, the music then was amazing compared to now. Maybe that's just a generic like thing that just happens. It just appreciates over time, you know. Pierce the Veil puts on great shows. I'd love to see them, Marcus. I would. This is another band I've never seen live. Just check the full lineup for tons, and I'm definitely going. They got Electric, Cowboy, and Powerwolf, and they're some of my favorites. That sounds absolutely epic. Green Day Bullet in my Bible live show is one of my best rock and roll performances I've ever seen. They're truly legendary. You guys have been some absolute banger shows. Should I put a ground or steel type attack on Growly for coverage? I don't think you need to be honest. Honestly, I don't think you need ground or steel for coverage. Like I said, in which game is it in Fireline? Because I was talking about Terror typing before, so it might be in a different game. But I think if you're putting any of the two on, I'd probably put ground over steel type, to be honest. I think it's a recording process and more trial and error. Now things are more established. So just nostalgia and bias. Yeah, that's kind of true, Brian. Probably a lot of those like things contribute to it all. It is because people only say what sticks. It's great passage of time. The rest gets forgotten. That's true. Like I want to say like a more modern day like banger band. I always think like Daft Punk are like one of those bands that create these really great anthem tracks, and then you like think back a little bit further and you think there are some like bands that are like really iconic from this like time period as well. You've got like the Killers, and probably like not as like modern day, but they're still quite a modern band, and they obviously they have those huge anthems that like wherever you go, if there's like a DJ at the end of the night, they're always going to put on one a killer track, and it's like, oh come on dude, we could write this for you, but it's for a reason. Like, so you've got those bands that are like super iconic of modern day, but I guess it probably is of the time where we probably just don't appreciate, or we heard it too much, you know. But the Jimmy gig, the year that I was going to Leeds Festival, Jimmy Eat World were playing the main stage, and on the Friday they pulled out, and I was devastated because that was going to be the first time I'd ever got to see Jimmy Eat World. I was like, I can't believe they're playing like Leeds and Reading Festival, just nuts. So they pulled out, they cancelled. I was devastated. And then the next year, this is how good a band they are. They were like, yeah, we'll play it the next year. I was sorry about the cancellation, last minute, things like that. And they were like, for the fans, because we cancelled last year, we're going to do 2 gigs. We're going to do a gig on the main stage, which they did. And then they did like a gig on like the Radio 1 stage. And it was like a gig, a later night headline, which was just for the hardcore Jimmy Eat World fans. And they played like all of that, like old tracks, like Goodbye Sky Harbor, like stuff of Clarity, like stuff like Blister that you would just never hear ever in like a normal gig that they were doing. It was just like they played 23, which is like one of my favorite tracks, which is just like I thought I'd never hear that live. and Goodbye Sky Harbor and stuff like, just the stuff that was just like, wow, these are like, you know, 9-minute tracks that you just never hear live, and it was just one of the best gigs ever. That was a really cool gig, and I don't think that'll ever be like topped again. I like just thinking about it now, I'm just like, wow. And I got so cheeky, I tried to get backstage as well. I mean, trying to convince the security guard to let me backstage so I could go backstage and meet the band, but it didn't work out. But you gotta ask, you gotta try these things. But yeah, it was fun. Full playthrough of ZA on stream. We'll definitely do it, Pete, for sure, when the game drops. Stream until we finish the playthrough. That would be a good, yeah, we might do something like that, you know. Daft Punk #1 musician I wanted to see before they retired and missed. Will pay any amount to see them. I'd be the same as you, David. I'd love to see them in like a gig with them. Shame I could never see Daft Punk live. Yeah, 90s were bangers. Nirvana, Alice in Chains, all kinds of bands that influenced punk over the noughties. Love the music talk. Yeah, there is so true as well. And like, you know, a band that I appreciate now, which I really didn't have any appreciation for at the time because I was so young as well at the time. But Oasis, I really was not a fan of Oasis at all, and never really liked that kind of like Brit indie kind of pop band like music, because I was so like engrossed in like the US punk pop like skater emo like scene. I was just like so anti like indie pop from the UK, which is such a bad kind of like pigeonhole to put myself in, but I've got such an appreciation for like these bands now and the artists as well. So it would be cool to go and see Oasis, but I haven't got the money to buy a ticket. Not now. And I don't mind either, it's fine. Also depends on where you're looking and where you live. Here in Northeast Ohio, there are tons of great bands and good scene that comes out at local shows. That's it as well. It's not just like the uber famous bands as well that are like the great artists. They're like, there's so many good like just bands that are amateur bands, you know, and amateur artists that just love going out and performing. I remember when I was in like, one of the things I loved about Nashville was like every bar that you walked in or any place that you went to eat to have like food even was like had like country and west band on, and it was just like the coolest vibe ever. And it was just like, I don't know, there's something about country and western music. I'm not a huge fan, but I don't dislike it. I do genuinely like it, but it's not something I've ever like went out of my way to be like, okay, I'm like buying like music from these artists or no artists. But it was just such a cool vibe, and I loved it. I loved everything about it. It was just such a cool vibe. P&B from where I grew up. No way, that's wild. Back in the day we had a festival down in the valley called Never Say Never, and they somehow pulled crazy bands of artists. First or second year had Wiz Khalifa and what? How did you get Ask Alexandria? That's wild. Wiz, this is so good. Brian, I agree with you, mate. Yeah, they are just, I feel like they're legendary status band now, you know. Like if you like up to great bands rolling through, too many to name. I can imagine, mate. My favorite band is Foos. Foos are just crazy good. Crazy good. I was lucky enough to see them in their original lineup years ago at Leeds Festival. For the first time when I saw them, and then I saw them was it last year, the year before, at Glastonbury Festival when they were there under a fake name. Dominic, thank you so much for the subscribe. But Dave Grohl, I don't know, there's like not much I need to say about Dave Grohl. He's just an absolute he is a legend. I love Dave Grohl. I watched Linkin Park live. Sick, you saw Linkin Park live? That's wild. That is, I would have loved to seen them live. Grew up right outside Nashville. It's a wonderful place. Country music is culture, and I wish it was a little more popular. I love it. Caleb, I know what you mean, mate. There's nothing bad about like country music. It's just good vibes, just great vibes. And I just love like the little aspects about country western music as well, that you get those, like, every band has that generic song about like drinking, right? And I don't know what it is, like, I just love that thing. It's like, it's such a like a stereotypical thing for a country band to do, but the song's never bad, and it's never cheesy, and it's never overdone. It's like just a different spin by a different band, and it's like it's just a cool culture. I think it's a lifestyle, like you say. It's just a good vibe. It's just good vibes. Have you checked out Silverstone pickups yet, Lee? In the right up your alley? I haven't, mate. I haven't. They are on my Spotify though. I need to. I will do it, mate. I have to go out after the stream today, so when I'm heading up to where I'm going, I will put them on. I promise, and we will feed back Monday. Thank you. I do appreciate the suggestion though. Saw Linkin Park live several years ago too. I would have loved to have seen them. Like Fall Out Boy, My Chemical Romance in concert. Yeah, both absolute bangers. Like Fall Out Boy are very good like live. So My Chemical Romance, to be fair. The funny story I've got about My Chemical Romance is I remember going, first time I ever went to see Taking Back Sunday. They were headlining their tour, so they were doing a tour in the UK. It was the small tour, so it was just like uni locations where they were playing, and I remember going up to see them. I think it was in college at the time, and I was so pumped to see Taking Back Sunday, because I just loved that first album that they released. And a supporting band was My Chemical Romance, and I'd never heard of them. When the tour got announced, I'd never heard of this band. I was like, oh cool, a new band. And then obviously like they had their absolute banger single drop, I'm Not Okay drop, and then they just exploded overnight, and they were just so popular, and everyone was just like MCR, MCR, MCR. So the night that we went to see Taking Back Sunday, what had happened was, because My Chemical Romance had been getting so much popularity, they switched the headline of the tour around for the rest of the tour from that night that I saw them. So Taking Back Sunday actually supported My Chemical Romance, and then My Chemical Romance were the headliners, and I was so salty about it. I was like how dare this newbie band come in and just like overthrow like the actually established Taking Back Sunday. I was like really salty about it at the time, but looking back, obviously it was like the right thing to do, because like one band went, you know, huge, and the other band did well, but obviously not to the same level. But it was crazy that that actually happened. I still can't believe that that would happen throughout the middle of a tour, that they just swapped them over. But I met Adam Lazara at Leeds Festival. He's a really nice guy as well. It was like I was stalking him. I bumped into him twice in the festival area, and I said to him the second time, I was like, I swear I'm not following you around. But he was just like, he just did this like nervous laugh, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just stand over here now. Saw Linkin Park multiple times years back. Definitely not the same without Chester. Yeah, I agree. Like Chester had like just the vocals. He's just, as a vocalist, just absolutely insanely talented. Just amazing. I feel like it's like impossible to replace someone like that as well in a band. It must be so hard for the band as well to like continue and just like know that kind of never going to be the same without that person. It's crazy. How do you feel about Shiny Lucario in the Premier Bowl? It screams top tier to me. It screams top tier to me as well. I feel like it's a perfect ball for it. Until we get like that golden ball, I feel like the Premier Bowl is probably the best, the second best option. I think country music is most popular it's ever been. There's guys like Zach Bryan, and then Morgan Wallen took the US by storm. I love country music. Live in a little hick town, population 1,000. That's very cool, mate. Yeah, it's nice because it's seeing like a lot of I think like the chart artists and stuff like that are like going way more like down a country and western route, which is great for the genre. I just hope they don't oversaturate it. But it is the most popular genre of music in the world, though, I'm pretty sure, because of just the amount of records that do sell for that type of music. It's crazy as well when you go to places, even in the UK, like Glasgow. I think Glasgow is coined, like, is it the country city of the home of country and western in the UK? I'm pretty sure, and it's very cool. It's got a big country and western following in Glasgow, which is like the wildest place for it to be. But you've got lots of like steak houses and things like that in Glasgow, which is very cool when you're walking around and stuff like that. I actually saw brand new. What, Marcus, you've seen brand new? No way. I'm very jealous. Very jealous, mate. That is, can't really top that. Yeah, brand new in TBS viewed. I've seen Taking Back Sunday a lot. I think it's probably my second most seen band, Taking Back Sunday. Very cool band though. Very cool. I can't believe you've seen brand new. That's wild. I'm looking forward. It's Slam Dunk next year. Finch are playing, and Finch were one, like, I love Finch. But obviously them being an American band, never really came over to the UK that much. So to get to see them next year is going to be wild. Who else are playing as well? The Ataris as well. The Ataris are playing. There's another banger band from back in the day. I'm just remembering back to like the Drive-Thru records and like the compilation bands that you would get on there, just like all bangers. But I was always so jealous of like never living in the States when I was younger. I always wanted to live in the States. Always wanted to go to the Warped Tour. Because like the lineups for the Warped Tour are just absolutely insane. You know, you're going to see like every single band that's pretty much playing is a band that I would have loved to have seen. Exia, how are you doing? I hope you're well. Hopefully it shines today. Thank you so much, my friend. I hope it does as well. We don't have that much time left in today's stream, which is very sad, but we still have a little bit of time. Hopefully it might pop up shiny, but I'm loving the chat, the music chat today, guys. You've got the chat. You've made the chat fire today. It's been good. I once saw a woman in Glastonbury High Street lying in the road whilst playing a miniature harp. She's still about. I guarantee if you went back to Glastonbury, that woman would still be there. Maybe not in the same place, but probably lurking around. The unique characters of Glastonbury. That story, it's weird. It doesn't even surprise me that happens. There's not a blade of me that doesn't think that is actually real. Now I have tickets to see Creeppod, Xeno, and Oaklander, and Napalm and Death Melvins. That sounds very... David, when are they all happening? This year, or is that into like next year? It's gonna be very cool. Warped Tour 2012 was my first show. Wow, Brian. I would have loved to have gone to a Warped Tour gig. It would have been so cool. Music chat always goes hard when you see the range some people have for music, but still play Pokemon. That's true. It's crazy. And then you've got like, I don't know, like I think one of my favorite bands in the recent years. We went to see. It wasn't the Beach Boys. Obviously, it was the Beach Boys, but Brian Johnson. I want to get the name right. The lead singer from the original Beach Boys, Brian Wilson. Sorry. Okay, so Brian Wilson was actually the lead vocalist for a Beach Boys cover band, and he was like fronting it up, which was incredible to see. Because when I was in college, I studied music, and Beach Boys and Beatles were a big subject one year when we were doing like older bands, especially from the 60s, and the influence like the Beach Boys and the Beatles had on like other artists and other bands, like shaping the music industry and stuff like that. It was just phenomenal when you get into it. So Brian Wilson, there we go, Brian, saving the day. I got there maybe before you put it in the chat. But yeah, seeing Brian Wilson was just a real special experience. That was really cool, and it's so different to like the music that I would generally be into, you know. I've been very blessed with like the amount of different bands and music and stuff that I've been able to go and see live, you know, so I do feel very lucky. Still lots of bands that I would love to see as well. First concert was AC/DC when I was a kid. That, how could you even beat that? How do you top that as my first band? One of my first gigs that I ever went to was Less Than Jake, which is very cool. They're also playing Slam Dunk next year, so I'm excited to see them again because I've not seen them in a long time. But AC/DC, how do you beat that? Haven't been to many concerts sadly, but the ones I did get to see have all been amazing. Iron Maiden, I've seen Iron Maiden. They were a band I'm trying to think of at the start. One of the first bands I ever saw at Leeds Festival, Iron Maiden, they headlined. They were like insane. Ghost Electric, Cowboy, Kaiser's Orchestra, and Gogo Bordello. I haven't heard that last one, but all the rest, absolute bangers. Rex, how are you doing? I hope you're having a great Friday, mate. And thanks for joining the stream. And Forbes, how are you doing, mate? Great to see you as well. Good to see you streaming again. Hopefully next week and the week after we'll be back into like full swing schedule, which is going to be really nice after having like such a break for a while. Talking music, and I haven't seen anything live in 2 years. To see the Red Hot Chili Peppers live, that were pretty dope. I got a bad experience seeing the Red Hot Chili Peppers, so I was excited to see them. They played Leeds Festival one year, and they were like the headline act on the Saturday. They were like the big pull for like everyone to come and see this weekend at this festival, and they were such a disappointment because what's the lead singer called? And it was just after they released like By the Way, so it was like that kind of period of Red Hot Chili Peppers. But they came out, lead singer after like literally 2 minutes walked off the stage, like I don't know what, like just got offended, got in a huff or something, like literally walked off. And then for the next hour and a half, like the rest of the band just jammed, and it was like the weirdest thing and it was disappointing as well because it was like they got some banger tracks and we just didn't really get to experience it. That was kind of sad. Saw Def Leppard, Motley Crue, and Poison last year. Wow. They are the OG bands. What were Motley Crue like? That's crazy, Marcus. I bet those gigs are absolutely banger as well. That's amazing. That is very cool. Pretty hype over the shiny Raikou. My girlfriend just told me to shine. Mate, the excitement is understandable. 8,000 resets deep. There is nothing but excitement that you can have for it. Girlfriend's wrong. I've got your back. I got your back, dude. Danny, how are you doing? Great to see you. Probably catching the last bit of the stream. I know we've got a few minutes left as well. I'm very sad that we're ending very soon, but it's great to see you. Like I said, I will try and gear up some later times next week. And we'll try and stream a bit later next week, which would be good. So then we can catch up with a few others that might not be able to get to the earlier streams. Still loud and crazy, lol. Another band I was really sad about that they were down to play Glastonbury, but then they pulled out, was Aerosmith. I think it would have been so cool to see Aerosmith. They would have been a banger band to see, especially at like a festival during the summer sort of like atmosphere. That would have been cool. No worries, I've been watching the replays. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Danny. I hope you've been keeping well. How are you doing? One time I saw Kiss. No way, you actually saw Kiss, David. With Kiss cover band in the Stadium Bar. Little People, still a top 5 concert moment for me. To be honest, they were better than the real band. Wow. There was a cover band of Kiss. I thought it was like the real band. But yeah, probably just as good, if not better, you know? That's still a very cool experience. Some cover bands are like absolutely amazing. And I think you've got to be like really, really talented to do a cover band properly and be good at it. Walk on my wife and child up when finding the shiny Tyrogue Platinum and she thought I'd hurt myself. I feel like that's what's gonna happen when I get this Deoxys. I'm gonna like, yeah, neighbors are gonna be calling the police. They're gonna think something's gone down. Right, we'll take it to 1305 and 14905 on both, and then I will unfortunately have to end the stream there. We've got like a few minutes left. Anyone up for Shield Dynamax Adventures after this? I need legendaries from Shield. If anyone is up for doing Dynamax Adventure raids with Fowlan, hit them up in chat. Aerosmith was awesome. First concert, Troy, that's amazing. Yeah, I can imagine. I feel like Aerosmith, one of those bands that would just not disappoint, you know? And just be just an absolute banger of a show. No, it was Kiss cover band. They were still a Little People playing a show because actual Kiss played. What a night. That's wild. That is crazy. I'm ready to pop off so hard to break my leg once the gooses blew. I feel like the table will flip. The stream will just cut out. I'll just flip the table. We need the shiny alien. We got 2 more for today. The bonus ones. Still waiting to see Coheed and Cambria again. Absolutely banger band. Rad Dad Online. I saw them once at Leeds Festival and that was, yeah, they were just insanely good. Never seen them since though. And another band I would love to see is System of a Down. Never had the chance to see them, but they would be another band that I would really love to see live. I think they would be incredible. Right, last one. Can we get it? It'd be nice, it'd be fitting. It's been such a great stream today. Thank you so much to all of you that have come out. Ali Cat, and we've had all of those gifted memberships. Thank you so much for those. Is it going to be shiny? It's not shiny, unfortunately. And all of the other support. We've had the super stickers come in. We've had the gifted members. You guys have been awesome. Chat's been awesome today. To end a Friday and go into a weekend. It's been the perfect stream. I just wish we could go for a little bit longer. Unfortunately, I can't. So we'll end it there, but we will be back next week, friends. We'll be back Monday. So I hope you all have a great weekend, whatever you're up to. Take care of yourselves more importantly than anything. And I'll see you all hopefully Monday. And then we'll schedule in a few streams later in the week as well for maybe some later times. And I guess the Deoxys we're going to be picking up on Monday, but we're getting through the resets. That's the only thing. Right, friends, take care of yourselves. Have a good one. I appreciate you all so much. The support as well for the streams is just unmatched. You are all amazing. Take care of yourselves, friends, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.